Welcome, my chingus, to episode 61 of This Week in K-Pop. In this episode, we'll talk about our top 10 songs of 2014.
Plus some honorable mentions.
I mean, they're not that honorable if they're not on our top 10.
But we're gonna mention them, though.
It's true. It was really, really hard to come up with our top 10.
Oh, yeah.
And so, we had a big... It took me a long time just to get like 15 honorable mentions, right?
Yeah.
And then you just had to start cutting. Like, oh, she's my sister, I don't need her, cut her, right? Like, oh, she's my, uncle, I don't need him, cut it.
Yeah,
just
it prepared me for getting married. Yeah, like I had maybe 50 songs that I enjoyed this year that I would still think like, oh yeah, I still enjoy this. Like I guess till 50. Now, maybe 50, and I was like, okay. Let's cut it down to 30. And I cut it down to 30. And I was like, okay, now I need the 10 best songs from this.
No.
And it was really, really hard, surprisingly.
Your story, this story kind of made me remember, like, I lived in Texas. And so when I was a kid, my parents used to, like, every couple years make us do, like, tornado warning drills. And so they were like, you can bring one thing. All right? You can bring one thing. You pick one thing. It took me, like, hours to, like... in preparation for this warning that they were going to give me later. And then finally, I decided I'm bringing my PlayStation. and then later, afterwards, I was like, if there's a fucking tornado, I wouldn't have anywhere to plug this thing in. Like, what am I thinking? But that was how important that was to me. And that is how important my honorable mentions are for this.
He would bring them with him in a tornado.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
In an MP3 player during a tornado.
Yeah.
People are dying, but I'm listening to my K-pop. Yeah. And anyways, this is your first time listening to this podcast. Normally, we talk about all the new music video releases in the last 2 weeks that we enjoyed. But since it's the end of the year, we're going to do our top 10. Yeah. It's probably going to be a very long episode.
Yeah, and it's going to push easily like an hour and a half.
Yeah. I would suggest you watching this on YouTube if you're usually an audio listener.
Yeah.
Because there's some we're going to be playing music videos. I got some like computer magic going on to write down our list in real time. Yeah. So if you hear some clicky clacks and some mouse movements.
Clicky clacks, yeah.
But let's just get straight to it. We're going to start with our honorable mentions. And we're going to alternate. Josh's going to talk about one, then I'll talk about one. We each had 5 honorable mentions. We'll let Josh go first with his first honorable. Now, these are in no particular order, right?
So we didn't rank any of these honorable mentions. I'm just going to premise this. My honorable mentions were kind of actually like artists that released 2 songs that I think that you should check out their album, or I enjoyed their album enough that I want to mention them.
So it's not just like one hit song. It's like these are people you should check out if you haven't.
So it's kind of cheating in the sense that I'm going to be like, okay, this person, but check out these 2 songs. And so
we both distinctively cheated on a certain person for our top 10.
You'll know. Yeah. So just to preface this, Steven and I haven't looked at each other's lists.
Yes.
I don't know his honorable mentions. I don't know his top 10. He doesn't know mine.
It was very important to me that we keep it that way.
Yeah. So my first honorable mention is Sunmi with Full Moon, 보름달. And I really, really like Sunmi's album. Another notable song on that album is Frozen in Time, or Time Has Stopped. I know the Korean for it, but I don't know the English. It's like 멈추는 시간. Like stopped time, basically.
I've actually never that song is actually on my top 10 list. And I've never listened to that album because I'm not a huge album guy, but if you're telling me that the album's pretty good, I should probably download it later.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that album itself, it's kind of like a mini album. It has maybe like 6 or 7 songs on it.
6 or 7, including instrumental, or
no
6 or 7 actual songs. Oh,
yeah, there's 7 actual songs. I like this song. I like that song. It also has 24 hours on it, also, so it's kind of a filler. But that's my first honorable mention. I think Sunmi did a fantastic job with her solo debut, and she won, I think, the best dance performance at Mama.
Really?
I'm not 100% sure. But Full Moon was definitely a great song. It's by Brave Brothers. We love Brave Sound. And I just thought that song was very, very good.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, it's on my list. I'll talk more about my thoughts later. But cool. My honorable mentions are a little different theme. My honorable mention theme is there are a lot of great songs by a lot of big name people that you've probably heard, and I didn't want to include that in my honorable mentions because, like, you know, I know this song's gonna be huge, and I know this song. So my theme is kind of smaller songs that I really enjoyed
that you probably will only know of,
or just get another
by watching our podcast or listening to our podcast.
So my first honorable mention is by a group called Lip Service with their song Yum Yum Yum.
I knew that song was going to be in your honorable mentions. I knew it. When that song came out, Steven was singing that song like fucking nonstop.
Still sing that song. The thing with that song is, like, I probably like that song more than some of the songs on my top 10 list, but I like it for this, like, schlocky, like, cheesy, hilarious way. So I didn't put it on my actual list.
Hamburger.
Yeah. And, like, whenever I eat hamburgers, I think of that. Whenever I think of, like, Americano, I sing that song.
You still sing that freaking song.
It's so fun. The music video is just fun. Like, you know, I say all the time, I'm not a huge fan of, like, the... I'm a rapper, you know, like I like it when they like kind of have fun with it, like Sonny, or kind of, you know, Verbal Jit doesn't have fun with it, but he's not in your face about it. So I just really like Lip Service because they just had fun with it.
Understandable.
Yeah. All right. What's your next honorable mention,
sir?
So
my next honorable mention, I have my handy dandy phone here, so
I'm using my laptop.
My next honorable mention, as I said, with the theme of me liking albums, is a Crush with Sometimes. Now, Crush released an album that I just freaking adored. The other song on that album that I really liked is Hug Me. And that album in general, I think, I like most of the songs on that album. I definitely remember listening to this album in my old apartment for literally weeks. Like, it was just that great of an album.
Is it a full album?
I think it's a full album. Yeah, I think it's a full album.
I know you really liked it, you know, at the time.
Yeah, because it fits the very kind of R&B sounding Korean R&B that I really am getting into now these days. I really like the direction like Korean R&B is headed. Not necessarily say the same about Korean hip hop, but Korean R&B definitely is my style.
Yeah, Crush is really kind of. I mean, in my head, I always equate him to Usher. I don't know if that's an apt comparison, but...
It's a very Usher style, I'd have to say.
But like old Usher.
Yeah, old Usher, like You Make Me Wanna Usher.
Yeah, make me want to hug me.
Not Burn.
I like Burn, though. No?
Hug.
I still hear that song, like, in cafes, and, like, kids are there, and I'm just like...
Is he saying hug?
I mean, I know he's saying fuck, but do the kids know? Think of the children.
Think of children.
All right. Well, next, my second honorable mention. Again, these are in no particular order. Is a duo called Wings with their song "Hair Short."
Hair Short. Yeah. That.
I don't know what's up with the song, but like it'll just pop up on my playlist, or I'll be for some reason I hear it a lot at like a CU, which is like a convenience store here. I just hear it playing, and I'm just like. I love this song.
Yeah.
Like, I just love everything about this song. But I only can kind of recall the chorus.
Yeah.
And it's such a, it's like not a catchy chorus. You know, it's not like catchy like an AOA or a Brave Sound song. I just think it's just like a well put together, like melodically, is Hair Short.
Yeah, I agree. That was a very good song, Hair Short. When it first came out, I think we were a little bit kind of weirded out by the music video. It's a little bit strange.
It has like this weird, like, kind of vague horror vibe to it. It's really weird.
Like, it uses, if I remember correctly, it uses a lot of, like, stop motion and, like...
Yeah. I mean, it is, if I recall, it is a Digipedi video, so it's a lot of, like, just art. It's like art pieces kind of stitched together.
It's a little bit weird. But if you haven't heard the song, you definitely should. It's a very good song, but it's not in my audible mentions or top 10.
Yeah, I mean,
unfortunately, yeah.
There are probably some songs that I liked even more than this for some reason, but it's making this list really is like, what am am I feeling at this moment? You know, like 2 weeks later, this list might change.
It's very true.
6 months later, it might change too. But.
And when Steve and I were kind of talking about like just like griping to each other, I guess, about how hard it was to come up with top 10, we were just saying like, oh yeah, I feel like the songs that we've heard more recently are kind of biased to them because we haven't like played them to death, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess I'll go on to my next honorable mention. My next honorable mention is our Chingu with the guitar, Eddie Kim, with 2 Years Apart. His album, the Manual, I think it was called.
I think so.
That song is also very good.
That's probably my favorite Eddie Kim song.
Yeah.
Is The Manual.
Yeah, Eddie Kim. That album was just fantastic. I liked it better than any other like acoustic album that, I guess, a Korean acoustic album that was put out, like Roy Kim or anything, or even like Busker Busker. Like this was definitely Chingu with the guitar. When you say Chingu with the guitar, I think Eddie Kim now. And
like like his songs. I mean, I didn't hear the whole album.
Yeah.
But I've heard some of the singles.
Yeah.
And like it was like it's like a real guy with a guitar.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have like a pop kind of like send up. You know, like Roy Kim is pretty. I mean, he has some poppiness in his songs. But Eddie Kim is like, this is just a dude who's probably sitting in his room.
Yeah. I'd have to say like Eddie Kim's catchiness is in like the guitar sound, not necessarily his singing. His singing is great, but like the catchiness doesn't come from like a catchy hook or a catchy like wordplay. It's like when I think of like 2 Years Apart, I think of that part that goes do 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 do. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just like a guitar riff that he just plays like twice, and when I think of that song, I think of the guitar riff, not his singing. But you definitely should check out Eddie Kim. That song is really, really great. Yeah,
I really do like Eddie Kim. I think he deserves more than what he kind of achieved, I think, this year. But I don't know. It's getting really hard with like all the Superstar K5s and the this and this and all these people that are great singers are winning, but then all their songs kind of end up sounding the same later on. Yeah. All right. My next honorable mention is a group called PS Star with their song One More. Now this song,
very intriguing, Steven.
This song actually was on my top 10 list, but I bumped it after some thought. Oh, sorry, I just hit my laptop. I really like when I really like songs where like if you say the song and I can in my head, I don't want to sing it, but I can like doom doom doom. You know, like I can. It comes out like that's a catchy song to me, and that's my favorite type of song. And I remember this song. The only reason I don't have it super high on my actual list is just that there are better versions of this type of song on my list already, and I didn't want my entire list to be Brave Sound / Double Sidekick Joints. So I was like, I'll just put them on honorable mentions. But I really do like this song. Yeah, I really do. I really like the dance. I remember we had an argument because like it was during the time where like sexiness was like going crazy, and even though the music video is kind of provocative,
it's very provocative.
The dance actually is not so much, and I don't know. Again, I think that's also a Digipetty music video.
It is, I think, yeah.
I will take a Digipetty music video over generic A Pink Love music video any time of the day.
Digipetty has a lot of colors to distract us.
Distraction, at least interesting things, not just close-ups of the faces. All right.
Yeah. So my next honorable mention is High 4, and we'll say Lim Kim, a little close. So High 4.
You went with the Lim Kim one.
Yeah. The other famous one is High 4 and IU. Bom Saram Bokot Margo was Spring, Not Love, or Cherry Blossoms. I think that's the English version of it. So High 4 really impressed me this year. But mainly with the duets that they've had. Well, I guess you would call them duets, but collaborations they've had.
I mean, yeah.
With female singers. And I actually like the Lim Kim one better than the IU one, surprisingly. Well, yeah. when I listen to them both now, I would prefer to listen to the Lim Kim one. I'm not too sure why. Maybe I listen to the IU one too much, and I'm a little bit too sick of it, I guess.
I mean, it came out really relatively early.
Yeah. So, but the High 4 album is very, very good. I think it's a mini album, and you should definitely check it out if you like that style. Maybe you just like the girl singers in that. So,
I mean, I liked the Lim Kim one less, but I still like that song.
Yeah.
I actually really like the just High 4 one. Like, I'm totally fine with that. I think it's what is it called? It's called Headache.
Oh yeah.
I think the Korean version is like Bing 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 or
it's like the bing ding ding bing bing bing
Bing a Ding a Ding.
Ding ding bing.
Yeah, I don't know.
That album is very good. That album is very good. That song is awesome. The album.
I was going to mention the High 4 and IU one, but you did it for me.
All right.
So my number 4. My number 4, or not, well, again, no particular order. Yeah. But my 4th honorable mention is like I'm Sorry. It's not the one we discussed before, but my number 4 song is Red Velvet with Happiness.
La, 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 la. That song is catchy.
That song has really, really grown on me a lot. Like, that song just makes me feel happy. It just makes me feel happy. At first, the music video, I think, really soured that song for me. Because I think the music video is terrible.
It's terrible. God awful.
It's awful. So I was just like, what is this? And like, you know, at the time, again, there was a lot of drama, right? FX and stuff. And it was like, it was just kind of like, it was coming at a weird time.
Yeah, it definitely was.
And the more I hear it, and I've seen them perform, and you know, I may or may not have watched some, you know, K-pop shows with them on it. And I'm just like, all right, I'm really down with this song. The second song, the Be Natural song, I liked the music video, but I didn't like the song.
I actually like Be Natural more. Just in terms of like everything. I like obviously the video a lot better. The song about the same, I think.
Really? That song is straight up I mean, it's a remake of a 90s song.
Because
the song is not good.
I like a little bit of the retro kind of sound also. Yeah. I like Finkel and stuff like that. So it's, it's just a matter of taste.
Oh, okay. I'm not a huge fan of old school.
Because actually the new Aping song has grown on me as well.
Oh, that is opposite grown on me.
Yeah.
As in the hatred grew on me. Alien being love. But I know that chorus, so what does that say about me?
Yeah. So I guess my last one is 2001 with I Hate Seoul. So 2001, 2001 really impressed me with their album, and especially this song.
They're a hip hop duo?
One of them was a singer, one of them was a rapper, I think. And they just really came out of nowhere. I listened to this song and it's like, okay, it's like kind of a soft ballady song. And I don't remember how I came about looking at the rest of the album, but I'm really, really glad I did.
I mean, that was one of your picks of the week, I remember. Yeah. Or picks of the episode.
Yeah, like I don't know what sparked me to actually listen to the full album, but once I listened to it, I had no regrets. It was a really, really fantastic album. If you like that sort of style, they have also, I think, another collaboration with, I think, maybe Ailey or something.
I mean, everybody has a collaboration with Ailey.
I'd have to look at the album again, but just thinking about it makes me want to listen to the album again. If you're into that type of Korean music.
Is it more like... How would I compare? Like, how would you compare? Like, is it like rapping more like Verbal Jin rapping, or is it more like Lee Sang rapping? Is it more like Master Wu rapping? You know, like
it's very. High rapping? I feel like it's Verbal Jin-ish.
Oh, okay.
Verbal Jin-ish.
Because I kind of sort of remember that 2001 song, but not super much. I remember the music videos, them like walking around Seoul, right? Because it's called I Miss Seoul, right? Yeah. But you should check it out. I mean, if you like, you know, I mean, hip hop's a big thing now, right? Yeah. So you should probably check out the good ones. Not the tough cookie.
That song. I hear it everywhere.
Do you? I've never heard it since.
Tough cookie.
And I'm glad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Even the voice he makes, like, is just, it just want to make me punch him.
But I do have to admit that beat and the kind of melody gets stuck in my head sometimes.
I mean, yeah, but you know,
Like
cancer also gets stuck in your head. All right, well, my last honorable mention is the biggest group I think that we've talked about so far, and that is A-Pink's Mr. Chu. A-Pink Mr. Chu, I think. I don't know why it's not in my top 10. I think I've heard that song so many times by now that, as you mentioned before, I may be a little sick of it. But I mean, it's a really, really, really good song, and I really enjoy it. Yeah. Again, the music video, also happily made by Digipetty. Yeah. Compared to Love, 1,000 times better music video.
I think you would say 1,000 times better song as well.
1,000 times better song. I mean, Love's not a bad song.
Yeah.
You know, not like a Tough Cookie. Okay, like it's a genius song compared to that one. Yeah. I think it's a great song. It just doesn't make that much of an impact, you know, in my brains right now. But it's still one of the best songs of the year. You know, if it's not 10, it might be 11. I
really agree with you. That's on my top 10 as well. But I guess I'll talk about that when we get to it.
Talk about it later, I guess. Yeah. So that is our honorable mentions. Now we're gonna go to our top 10 list. Again, we're gonna alternate starting with 10, and we're gonna go all the way to 1. But in the middle, we're gonna talk about kind of the biggest stories of the year, and we're gonna talk about the biggest trends of the year, just to cut it in the middle a little bit. And before, of course, we get into it, just remember, like, these are our lists.
Yeah,
they're totally taste. Like based on personal taste, what we're feeling right now.
That's very true.
What kind of people we are. So if you don't agree or your favorite group on the list is not here, we don't mean to offend you or something. Yeah. But we do want you to write down in the comments what your, just, you know, maybe even just your top 3.
Top 3, maybe even top 5.
If you can do top 10, do it. But I'm telling you, it's a pretty hard thing. Yeah. It's a pretty hard thing. But just tell us what your top 3 songs are. That would make me happies.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get started. Let's start with yours. Start with your number 10 song of 2014.
So my number 10 song of 2014, I want to say that this is probably also in your top 10.
Maybe.
It's Sonny and Reina, A Midsummer Night's Sweetness.
Sonny and Reina. Reina or Reina?
I say Reina.
Is this Sonny featuring Reina or Sonny and Reina?
I think it's featuring Reina.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Midsummer Night's Sweetness. That little pause that runs off the screen. Oh, well.
한여름 밤의 꿀.
All right. Well, tell me why you picked this song as number 10.
So, I feel like this year really, really is the year for just kind of collaborations or like duos that have a man and a woman in it. And this song was just so great. I really, really like Reina's voice in it as well. She was a really good fit for the hook. Even though I feel like someone else could have sang it, it would have a different feel. But like Sonny's rap is just really, really, really fantastic. Yep. And this is one of my favorite Sonny songs. So.
I mean, it is not on my top 10 list, but it is one of those. It is one of those just barely's, like the last minute cuts.
Yeah, I really, really struggled with this too because it's obviously my 10th pick. So I was like, okay, well, if I put it in my honorable mentions, then my honorable mentions kind of doesn't have a theme. So there are actually about maybe 5 songs that
could have gotten this.
Yeah, spot. That would have taken this spot.
I do really like this song though. I actually like the chorus more than the Sonny parts.
Interesting.
But again, that's the thing with rap is just that I don't know what he's saying. I just like a style. And, you know, sometimes when you hear that style a lot, it's kind of all kind of the same-ish sometimes. I was thinking about putting Body Language in my honorable mentions. Because for like a week or two, that song was just like, I would just play that song on replay.
Body language, body language.
And it's such a fun song. But this song is also, I mean, really, it's one of the, I'm sure when they get Gaon releases their like end of year singles download chart, like this is going to be top
super
5
up there,
for like no doubt.
Yeah.
And as you said, collaborations is a really good one.
Yeah.
And it is Reina.
Yeah, Reina.
Not Reina. Anyways.
Not Rania. Rania is the girl group, right? Rania.
I don't know. Are they still around? Or are they mysteriously canceled like a lot of other groups have been? Yeah, Sunny. I mean, Sunny had a killer year. I mean, we saw him in concert.
Yeah.
Or not his.
He had a better year last year, but this year is also very good.
Really had a better year last year?
Yeah, he had like Breakup Dinner, Story of Someone I Know.
Yeah, that was last year. You're right.
Yeah.
I guess we saw him pretty early in the year, right? Because we went to that brand new music concert, right?
It was like summertime, just right after summertime. I feel
summertime?
Like. Oh no, the first time we saw him.
Yeah, the first time.
Yeah,
it was pretty
like
early
February,
in the year, right?
I think.
So I think we were all hyped off of
year.
his 2013 success.
Yeah.
But we did see him again. I mean, he performed like a couple songs.
Yeah.
When what was it? Music Bank came. Music
show. Music champion.
Show champion.
Show champion.
There it is.
I was like, music show? That's definitely not
it.
That's
it. All right, well, moving on then, I guess.
All right, Steven, what you got at number 10?
All right, number 10. This was the thing that was moved the most was number 10. It was like, number 10 should be this, or maybe not. Or maybe this, or maybe not.
So this one could have been higher for you, but...
Oh, no, this could have been switched with like 17 other songs. So,
I feel like that 10 is going to be that.
Yeah. Probably my like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 could have all been like that.
I think for me, 6 through 10 have kind of like...
Yeah. I mean, that happens.
Definitely, any of them definitely could have been relegated.
Well, my number 10 is by Pro C featuring A-Lee with their song Love Hurts.
This song. I also considered this song with that like batch of 30 songs that I have or 50 songs that I have.
Did you now? It was really hard for me to pick between this song and the song with We Sung and no wait, I'm thinking of Malibu. With K-Well. They had another song with K-Well.
Proceed. Oh yeah.
I think it's called Love Hurts.
This one's
called Love Hurts.
Yeah, I can't remember what the other one's
It's called Bad Memory. It's called Bad Memory.
Yeah.
But I mean, Pro C was such a breath of fresh air when I first heard them.
Yeah. We were like, oh man, this group is gonna be good.
Like, yeah, they were supposed to be like the two members of like an upcoming boy group, and that upcoming boy group turned out to be Mad Town, and they sang YOLO as their first song.
It's terrible.
It was a terrible song. But like it makes me so sad because like the Pro C as a duo, they
killed it.
They were
in my opinion.
These songs, they're so good.
Yeah.
Like this is the type of like R&B kind of, hip hoppy blend that I love.
Yeah.
Again, a collaboration because like A-Lee brings, even though it says featuring, A-Lee brings her own to this.
She brings the umph to that.
And I mean, A-Lee's really good at bringing in that hook that completes a song. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say other than you should really check out Pro C. Sorry, I can't do any of the computer stuff when I'm talking. You said you like this song, right?
Yeah, I also like this song. Pro C. When they first came out, I didn't really know what to expect because it was a rapping duo.
Yeah, their first music video was really cool because they didn't show their faces at all.
Yeah, they specifically like kind of blurred their faces. No. I actually liked the one with K-Well more than this one.
This one?
Yeah.
It was really like this one's like the na 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 na. It's like this one has more mood than I think the K-Will one does in my head. But again, those two could have been interstitched. I don't know. But the K-Will one was first.
Yeah.
Than that.
I think I like that one more. For sure. The video, I'm pretty sure I like that one as well. More, even though it was a little bit more, I guess, basic, because this one had like more things going on. Like
this one's more a standard kind of music video,
but the other one I thought was just much more interesting. It caught my attention definitely a lot more.
Yeah. When I want to listen to kind of like a melancholy like I don't want to listen to a ballad, but I want to hear someone with a little bit more beat and a little bit more like feeling.
A little bit up. I guess an up-tempo ballad is what you would call this.
With some rapping.
Yeah, with some rapping
in there. But really good, really sad. Like I don't know why they didn't just say screw the boy group, just do this. I mean, I know why because
boy groups make money, right?
Boy groups make a lot more money in theory than kind of indie hip hop.
Yeah, I really think like Bobby should just go solo, but he's just gonna be stuck in iKON.
Well, but he's in YG. Like debuting in a YG group is leagues different than
yeah.
debuting in an unknown label. So
that is very true.
I mean, Bobby's gonna do everything for this in 2015.
Bobby gonna go places.
Like
okay,
you will not be able to turn on anything without hitting his face on it. Like we know.
With those like small ass squinty eyes of his, the eye smile,
that rat face. Okay. I mean that in a good way.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to your number 9.
My number 9. When this song first came out, we were kind of like, I guess, half and half on it. But it really, really grew on me. My number 9 song is Taeyang with, what is it? Eyes, Nose, Lips, Nun Koip.
You said that like you forgot.
Because I was thinking of the Korean version.
Oh, the Korean version?
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Because, I mean, when I listen to them and such, I don't think of the English version, I guess. Because in my iPod, I like to write the Korean. So
I like the Korean, but then I realized I can't ever search for things. Yeah. So I switched them all to English. Yeah. Yeah, Taeyang, why'd you pick this guy?
So
I mean, he's like an indie singer, right?
Yeah, I mean, not very many people know of Taeyang, right?
Oh.
People will know. But I picked this song mainly because I really, really like songs that I can sing along to or I can rap along to. Mm-hmm. And this was one of my favorite songs to just kind of sing.
Yeah, this was, I think, like the top song on Korean karaoke or notabang for a long time. Because, as you said, it's really easy to sing to. And Korean people love to do it.
Yeah. This album was also pretty decent on a whole. It had Ringalinga in it. I really liked Ringalinga.
I mean, we did an album review of this album, and I think we ended up like we were pretty kind of half actually on this song and album. But the more I listen to this song, the more I like it, and the more it gets stuck in my head and all that stuff. But yeah, like I feel like you can't say anything bad really about this song. It is what it is. Like, it's a ballad, R&B ballad, and I'm a big fan of R&B ballads. So I knew it was going to be on my list, and I was like, it's probably not going to be on Steven's list. It actually was one of, like, barely. It was barely. I do really like this song. I mean, this is, again, like, I used to really like Taeyang's solo stuff because it was more grounded.
Yeah.
It was more grounded in the natural world, unlike GD's solo stuff. Yeah. So I really like this song because while I can't necessarily sing it in Korean exactly, I can damn sure hum to it, And like, this is a really good song to do that too. And at the time, I think I was a little like, I mean, the music video is kind of boring, but when I compare it to like a Good Boy, I'm just like, I prefer this simplistic thing 1,000 times more. Yeah. So for me personally, I think the quality of the other videos made this one better to me. I don't know. It's simplistic and it's so much eye candy. If you're into that. And I don't know. This song has definitely grown on me a lot since it kind of came out. Cool. All right.
Steven,
there's too much stuff going on, man. There's like too much stuff. I gotta write things in. All right, I'll write it in later. My number 9. What is my number 9?
What is your number 9?
All right, my number 9. I think is a little surprising. It's by a girl, just a solo girl. And her name is Jiun from Secret with her song 25.
See, now that
would you have thought I picked that?
I would not have. I would not see Steven. He premised me. He said, "Josh, now my top 10, even though we've been doing this show for a long time, you won't know what they are." And I said, "Steven, you're probably right, because Steven sometimes he likes really weird stuff."
Let's not call this weird, okay? Let's call it
okay.
Great.
So it is a good song. It's really upbeat and happy and all that. But the thing is, when you say this song, I just can't think of what it sounds like. And that is really important to me. Like, I can't sing along to it. I can't think of what it sounds like.
But see, I can't. Because it's got that trumpet. It's like, bam, 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 bam. See, you don't know because you don't listen to the song. You should though, because it's a great song. And then the chorus, it's kind of like AOA Like a Cat, where it has like kind of 2 chorus like parts to it, and both of them are really great, and I really like it. I really like happy songs, and this song makes me so happy.
This song is about like when you're 25 years old.
I don't know.
You're like the most pretty that you are.
Yeah.
I guess is that what it's?
I don't know because it's Korean.
Yeah.
And that is why I like K-pop, because I don't know what it talks about, so it doesn't bog me down. Because when I hear American songs, sometimes it's a great song, but the lyrics are just trash donkey butt, and it bothers me sometimes. So that's why I really like K-pop. But no, I don't know why I like this song so much. I knew I liked it when I first heard it. I think I picked it that week, but.
Really? Did you? I feel like when this came out, we were like not really impressed.
I don't know. I have a list actually. Give me 1 second to find that list. Yeah, I definitely picked it. It was a low week. I mean, you picked Zion T that same week.
Which Zion T?
Young
Bridge. Oh yeah, that week was really poopy.
But
I remember
after listening to that song, I would just listen to it more and more and more to where I actively will hit that song first as I'm walking home from school.
Yeah, Fungus song.
It's like, again, I like happy songs, and it's got to be. I actually don't know why you don't like it as much, because it has the kind of brass. It has brass in it.
I usually
that
like
you would
songs
like
with brass. I guess
it's kind of got that missing just happiness that we haven't seen in a while.
I didn't see. I think the problem was I wasn't impressed enough on the first listen to go ahead and download it. Even legally or illegally, and so I guess I didn't really have that chance for it to grow on me, because on first impression it's a little bit generic.
But see, it's not, because what song sounds like that song? I don't know. I can't think of another song that's super awesome happy time like that song. Lip Service is super awesome happy, but in a different way. That one's more of a rap kind of hip hop way, right? But this is one of the only songs on my list, anyways, that's a super happy fun time song, and it is. It's a super happy fun time.
Well, I mean, if you like super happy fun time, give it a shot.
I'm telling you. I think it is
honestly
sidekick song. I think.
Honestly, after this whole podcast, I'm probably gonna go and try to find and listen to it again, because Steven's just raving and ranting about it.
This song probably would have been higher on my list, except it was newer. And so I was like, I'm afraid I didn't want to put it too high, because I'm
anti-biased
it. Yeah, I think I anti-blocked it, because I was like, it could probably be higher because I like it so much now.
I have one of those songs also on my list. When we get to
Did you anti-block it, or you just
I anti-biased it a little bit. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I didn't even play the music video because there's too much stuff going on. Yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, how about you go with your next song?
So my number 8 song.
I'm just gonna play for a tiny bit while you talk about your next song.
Okay, so so when you're talking about happy time, my number 8 song is Park Bo-ram featuring Zico with Beautiful. 예쁘졌다.
It's a great song.
It's a fantastic song.
It's not on my list, but it's a great song.
It's a fantastic song. When I hear this song, especially in public, I just feel happy. I'm just like.
It's a great song, but at least for me, it's a happy song. But it's not upbeat enough. It's not upbeat enough
it's not
this song is.
It doesn't make your teeth like
this. The 25 song makes me want to. I mean, the other song's like a daintier one. It's like da 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 da. Man, you're like, it is. Would you consider this a collaboration? I mean, I wouldn't, because Zico's in it for half a
Zico raps for maybe 10 lines and that's it.
But it is a really great song. It was one of those borderline.
I feel like songs. You and I, Steven, we had generally the same group of songs. It's just that we ranked them differently.
I mean, that is why I was trying to be I wanted to put it as tight of a list as possible, because the bigger the list, the more chance of overlap that happens. So, because you were like, I got 15 honorable mentions. I'm like, you can't do that.
Yeah, I had 15. I was like, what do I do, Steven? And you were like, just 5.
Yeah. But, Park Bo-ram, I mean, this is her debut song, right? Yeah. And it killed it in Korea. Everybody was singing this song in Korea. Sadly, I mean, it was just kind of it had that Korean story where it was she lost a lot of weight and then came out with a song about being beautiful, and it's just kind of like, all right, Korea. But
well, I mean, if you like, a lot of people will say like this is like her, like life story, like it's just her singing about like, okay, yeah, I did all this like to like diet and because she has to obviously debut and look attractive. And she's like, well, now everybody says I'm pretty. And she's like, I don't really feel anything different, like, on the inside. So it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's, like, empowering, because obviously it has, like,
because
not great undertones.
Yeah, you still gotta
not great undertones, because you still got to diet and be skinny to be attractive, apparently. But, that's what I stated. That's what
2014 was a year of getting fat as fuck for me. But
I got quite chunky, too.
Yeah, but mine really just gets here.
Yeah, yours really goes
shows
to
the
neck. Mine kind of shows up here, like in my cheeks.
Not me. Yeah. I'm all neck. Stupid mother.
Yeah.
I got like two things from. I got one thing from each parent. I got squinty ass, tiny Asian eyes from my dad, and I got a big ass neck from my mom. Those are the two things my parents passed down to me. Makes me sad.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I won that lottery. My sister won like the opposite lottery where she like got a better thing from my dad and a better thing from my mom. So screw her. All right, back to the list.
RNG.
Yeah, that random. All right, my what
number 8.
At? Number 8. All right, number 8. I don't think you'll know this song.
I won't know it.
You won't know this song because this song didn't have a music video. I did pick it once as my pick of the week.
I think I know what song it is then.
Oh, then
go ahead.
Okay, my number 8 song is by Sonnet Son. Is that a song?
No.
Oh, it's called Everyday Different Tears.
Everyday Different Tears.
Yeah, buddy. Now there's no music video, so I'm not gonna play it. But Sonnet Son, I think I didn't even know who she was. I think one day I was making adding things to kpopreleases.com, and this came out, and I got tricked because I thought it was a music video, but it wasn't. But then I listened to that song, and I was like, I love this song.
Remember this song. You really, really liked it. I remember it.
It's I don't even know what it has, like such a. It's not even a catchy backbeat. It's just like. It just gets in your brain. I don't know. There's not like a doopy-doop part to it. It's not. It's just like a slow, methodical, like like it. I don't know what it is.
Kind of like what rap does, like just like repetitious.
Maybe like old, like not like now rap where it's all about kind of like some giggly goop kind of deal in there, right? Like GD Good Boy had just so much giggly goop in it, right?
Yeah, it has a lot of white noise.
And even like it's kind of like Epic High's Born Hater, but slowed down, and it's more. It's a ballad. It's not a rap. I don't even know why we're talking about rap. It's like she's a singer. I think she won The Voice in Korea, and The Voice is like apparently I've never seen the American version of The Voice, but it's like one of those things where when they audition blind, so like the judges can't see your face. It's just only your voice. So her voice is amazing. She may or may not be from America. I'm not sure.
I know her from her cover of Let It Go.
Yeah, I think she did a cover of Let It Go. But this song, Everyday Different Tears, it's kind of a sad sounding song, but it has everything I like in a ballad with a beat. It's got ups and downs, it's got build, it's got rise and fall and a great beat. I want to listen to the song right now.
Huh. That's amazing.
Sonnet song. You should see.
Me.
I told you. As it gets higher, it's less surprising. But I hope you check that song out. Let me write it down. What was my song? Sonnet Son. Probably Sonnet Son. Everyday Different Tears. Yes. And yours, of course, was
Pak Boram
featuring Zico.
Beautiful.
If you don't know what we're doing, watch the video version.
Beautiful.
You'll see our list being kind of typed up on the video. All right. Number 7, Josh. What is it?
My number 7 is A-Pink, Mr. Chu.
I was about to say we haven't had any overlap yet.
Yeah.
But there it is. Yeah. Why'd you pick this song?
So A-Pink, Mr. Chu. It's just so catchy. I really love A-Pink's like kind of concept. When they do the whole sexy thing, I might feel different. But A-Pink and Mr. Chu was just one of those songs that no matter how hard I try, I just cannot get the song out of my head.
No.
And like the whole dance, like just stuck in my head. I just can't. Chu.
Yeah, it's good. Great song. Everything in my body. I mean, obviously this is a list 2014, so I can't put no on there.
No. It is a better song. I have to agree.
So I think maybe I didn't put it on my list because of that like weird inherent bias where it's like, but your last song was better.
Yeah.
Or it could be also reversed, where it's like I didn't really like your new song, so maybe that's why I didn't put it on the list. I don't know. But it's a great song. It's a great song, and you know, A-Pink this year. I mean, no really brought them higher, but Mr. Chu let them stay there.
Yeah. And you know what's really surprising is that LUV was the first girl group this year to win 3 times in a row on all 3 music shows, which is really surprising because I thought Mr. Chu was a much better song.
It's not surprising to me. You know why? Because it's like this happens in movies sometimes where the box office of a sequel is nothing to do with the sequel. It has everything to do with the
competition at the time.
No. The previous movie. So like if the first movie's really good, everybody's going to turn up to the second movie
just
regardless of the quality of the second movie.
Yeah.
And so I think, you know, this Love did really good because it brought A-Pink to a level where they got so many fans now that they can release anything they want. People gonna eat it up. Now I understand people like Love.
Yeah. I like Love.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I don't like. I wouldn't put Love on my top 50.
Neither would I.
So like, you know, for Love to have won the 3 in a row, you know, 3 weeks in a row, like the only reason that makes sense is because of Mr. Chu's success. So.
Yeah.
And no, of course.
Yeah.
But cool. That's A-Pink. First overlap. Well, I guess second because I had what song did I have? Oh, Sunmi song, right? But my number 7. My number 7, I think, is my only. Yeah, my collaboration song is my number 7 right here. But it wasn't the collaboration I thought it was until like this is definitely one of those things where it's like it came out recently, so I tried to knock it down, but I just couldn't do it.
I think I know what the song is, but go on.
You said that last time.
Yeah.
But I think you do know this song because I made it pretty
know.
obvious. This song is by Hyorin and Jooyoung, featuring Lion with their song Erase.
You actually know what's really funny?
It's on your list?
That is my number 6 song.
Hey!
So let's just talk about that 7 and number 6.
All right.
Just, I guess, together.
I'll go first since I mean, whatever. I'll type it in a second. But this song, I mean...
I was really trying... I was like, I'm going to anti-bias this, but then I'm biasing it. But I just can't stop listening to this song.
I can't. This song definitely, when I first heard it, like, it was good. But it also came out in a week where...
It was a little bit weak.
It wasn't that much going on that week.
No, it was. That was the week that came out with the AOA song, the Sapun song, and then there was another song.
Oh, that's right.
There was a trio, and this song...
Oh, yeah, you picked... here it is. You picked Hai Soo-yeon over this song.
Yeah.
Hai Soo-yeon, I'm Different, and I picked AOA Like a Cat.
Yeah.
I would still pick Like a Cat over this song, but I don't know if you would pick Hai Soo-yeon. Maybe Hai Soo-yeon's on your list. Guess it's not.
It's actually not.
All right. Then you don't fucked up.
Like, it almost snuck in there, like really 9 and 10. Like, 9 and 10 were definitely like, ooh. But then I was like, okay, which of these songs do I get the most, enjoyment out of? No. Not just necessarily listening, but also, like, singing and, you know.
It's just the voices of these two people is so great,
really
and they match so well together. And the song is like kind of a sadder tone, but it's not too sad. It's got rises and it's got falls. It's got them actually singing together, which is not like, for example, in the IU collaboration with High 4, they're not singing together. They're just singing right after each other.
And when they sing, I think they do sing together for a little bit, but it really just sounds like the voices were just added together.
Oh, do they sing together? Okay.
But but Hyorin and Jooyoung, like it kind of sounds like they are singing like into the same mic, almost,
and they're like flowing back and forth between each other, and that. I mean, I've talked about this, ever since I started with Kelvin, that it was just, I wish more ballads did that. Like, when they're actually together, not just, like, there were some songs back in the day where it just sounded like they recorded them separately and then they just would interstitch them together. And this is not one of those songs. This is a song where it sounds like, and then later they released like a beatbox version.
Oh, that would make me like it even more.
And it made me like it even more. Like, even though you didn't like the beatbox part as much as I did, but like just the stripped down, stripped down sound of it was just like, oh my gosh, this song. I mean, I don't know about you, but I didn't put Some on my list. Because even though Some was a really good song, a really, really popular song in Korea for me, I just didn't like that song as much to play. When I hear that song now, I just kind of skip it. Again, maybe that's because I heard it way too much. But I'm going to take it from you not saying much that it's probably on your list.
It is on my list. It's on my list.
All right. Well, so your number 6 was Erase, so I guess it's back to me.
I guess we're not doing this video thing anymore.
Oh my gosh, too much is going on. All right, I'm sorry. Maybe when you annotate it later, because you will do this, right? On the video, just put like an actual word block that says, click here for this video.
Just like how I did it before we had the whole fancy fancy.
Yeah. But okay.
Oh, but it actually might not be annotated until like Monday of next week.
Well, then maybe I'll do it since you're.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be.
You're going to Seoul to meet some friends. That's why we're recording this early.
Yeah, on a Thursday.
You'll probably know this because we'll upload it early. So, all right. Well, then my number 6. My number 6 is a song we did already talk about, and that is Sunmi, Full Moon. Yeah, the brave sound, full in effect with Sunmi, Full Moon. There was a time where this song started like number 3. And then
for me, Full Moon it jumped all up in my list, and then I was just like, I have to talk about this song.
Yeah. Oh, see, mine was similar. I put it at number 3 at first, and I was like, I don't know. And then I've heard it too much. I actually don't even really listen to it that much anymore. I'm gonna take it off my list. But then I want to put it on because it's such an important song this year. Then I'll take it off. Put it on, take it off. The chorus to this song is just, it will be in my head for the next decade. It is such an amazing chorus for me. Simple, catchy, kind of annoying now that Josh is doing it.
Just like everything we do. Like,
not we. Let's not put we in this. I don't do this to you. When do I repeat things when you talk? I never do it. You're still doing it now. I hate you.
You need me.
Sure. But yeah, but this song, like, the only reason my reasoning for taking it off the list at first was that I like this chorus more than I like the rest of the song.
I feel like you don't really like the rap as well, right?
Yeah, the rap. I actually remember parts of that rap now. Just, A, it's in English, and B, it's just so, the lyrics are so like tonight and tonight, something. It was like, taking a girl as a lot of rappers used to be like until I guess YG changed the game, quote unquote, is that they taught someone to rap instead of being an actual rapper. But no, I still love this. It's probably my most played song, second to my number 1 song, probably. Like, this song came out pretty early in the year, if I remember. Oh, hey, maybe I should find the thing. If I remember correctly, it came out pretty early in the year, and so there was a lot. It came in February, okay, so I'm not crazy. So there's been 10 months of straight bumping this song.
Yeah.
And I did bump it. So.
And the album. Go listen to the album.
Yeah. I will. I think I will listen to the album because honestly I didn't even. It never even occurs to me really about albums. But I'm so happy because one of the girls. Sunmi was my second favorite member.
Who's your favorite again?
Yubin.
Yubin.
You know, two of my cats are named, or were named, because they're not my cats anymore. But two of my cats were named Yubin and Sunmi because I liked them so much. So I was really happy that she came back, but I wasn't a huge fan of 24 Hours. Like, I thought 24 Hours was okay, but not super great. And then, of course, you know, it was kind of a curse near the halfway point of 2014 where it was like, it's Brave Sound again. It's going to be generic, but then...
He's put out so many... Like, this is during the time, I think, where they were...
Well, this was like, early days where I was like, oh my God.
He's going to release
JYP
one song
and
a month.
Brave Sound. I can't. This is going to be amazing. So,
and it was amazing.
And it was amazing. Amazing. I mean, the dance is like so creative. I think second to maybe Hatufelt's dance. Like, that song was like, that wasn't even a dance. That was just interpretive dance. That was just modern dance.
Modern.
But again, those are two JYP, I mean, you know, two X-Wonder girls, and they came out with, you know, very interesting dances. So props for them. I was going to say interesting songs, but I was like, this is a Brave Sound song. So, but that Hotfelt song. I really want to put that Hotfelt song in my list, but I was like...
The Hotfelt song?
Because when I went back home to America and I got to use my car again, which has like a really, really awesome sound system, that's the best song. That's the best song. Because I love me some bass, dude. I love me some bass. Anyways, that's beyond the point. All right, let me. We're going to take a little break after 6. So, let me. What am I doing right here? I need to write down Sunmi, Full Moon. All right, I think our top 5 is probably going to be pretty similar.
We'll see. We will see.
We will see. So now
I think maybe one or two of them, but
all right, we'll see. I'm excited. I was actually really excited about this because since I started the podcast with Kelvin, it was 2 years ago. We never got to do an end of the year wrap up. My original plan when I started with Kelvin was every quarter, every 3 months, we would have like a best 5 songs of the quarter. And then after 4 quarters, we would have like a super tournament at the end to figure out the best song.
Like or March Madness style.
Yeah, of like the top 10 songs of the entire year. But, you know, it was hard to do. And B, that dude quit and I moved to Korea. So, you know, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? So here we are. I mean, it's been more than a full year since I've done it with Josh. So I was really excited.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I was really excited to do this. And I'm just so happy. I hope you guys enjoy it. You don't want to kill us because EXO's not on our list.
Yeah, they're not on our list.
I was like, okay. So now we're going to talk about the biggest news stories. Now, there were a lot of news stories. I didn't want to talk too long about them.
Yeah.
So I picked 3, or I kind of meshed a bunch together.
Yeah,
to be 3.
There are obviously other stories besides this, but these were... When you say news stories of 2014, these are the ones that came to me and Steven's minds.
Yes. So the first one, which is, I don't want to say the biggest one, just depends on where you at. But
just a whole bunch of things.
A whole bunch of things together might make the biggest thing, which is just SM entertainment drama in general.
Yeah, just not being able to keep their artists happy. What is new?
Yes. So, I mean, we got, of course, Jessica leaving Girls' Generation. We got Sully on indefinite hiatus from FX. And we have Chris and Luhan
leaving EXO.
Suing. They may not leave. They could still potentially come to an agreement, supposedly.
Like Jessica is still part of SM Entertainment, so they might.
But she is officially not on Girls' Generation, right?
Yeah, she's officially not on Girls' Generation.
But she's the only one, though, right? Because EXO is like, and Sully just hasn't been seen. Is all
Except
up on
that,
vacation, all up on that choice.
Yeah.
But this is a really big deal that they're 3 of their. I mean, how many other groups do they have? They have Red Velvet that came out new.
New ones?
I'm just meaning total groups.
Like Shiny, Super Junior.
Shiny,
Super Junior's had issues.
Super Junior. They've had issues, but I mean, they've gotten. They didn't have issues this year, really.
Yeah, they didn't have issues. Well, I mean, besides one guy getting married.
Oh, I mean, that's not an issue. I mean, an issue for some fangirls, but not a real issue in real life.
Actually, I think Super Junior fangirls are like,
whatever,
it's fun.
I don't care anymore.
You're kind of getting old now.
I mean, some of them are getting kind of older.
You better marry someone before you get too old and you don't look handsome anymore.
It could still be me, though. It could still be me. But so they got, I mean, Shiny, but Shiny, I mean, Shiny had an okay year. Right? Was everybody this year?
I don't think so.
Was everybody last year?
Did
Shiny do anything? No, they did. Everybody was last year, wasn't it?
I don't think Shiny did anything.
I'm going to look it up on my laptop really quickly. But so, Super Junior came back, but in the general K-pop sphere, they're not that, musically, they're not
that active.
They're not that, people don't care that much about them. Any other SM groups? That's it, right? So pretty much 3 out of the 5
huge
SM groups.
I mean, you could say TVXQ, maybe.
No one counts them anymore. Everybody was definitely last year. So
they didn't do anything this year. SM had a pretty shitty year.
They did. And it's crazy. It really will be important because what did they promised? SM promised next year will be a lot more solos. And it's like...
It makes sense because all the groups are breaking up.
Because you can't keep your groups together, so you got to put them solo. But the problem is the SM solos are
really
boring. Like...
Henry. I'm sorry, Henry, but boring.
I mean, I wouldn't say Henry's boring. I would say I liked his song last year more than I liked his song this year. But I mean, of course, the Super Junior guy, I mean, of course he wins awards. He's really popular. He's part of Super Junior. But as a song... What is that song he just recently came out with? No, he sang at Gwangjong.
Oh, Kyun.
Yeah. Kyuhyun? I don't know. Just SM solo artists are just... I
forgot about that song, completely.
I don't even think we talked about it because it's just not our type of song. But I just, if you say what's the one thing I want in SM, more solos, it's no, I don't. Are you excited at all about... I mean... Amber's cool, but do you care that she's gonna?
I forgot that she had a solo. It's supposed to be coming out in February, right?
Yeah, next year. I'm I don't care. When I think of Amber, I don't think of her as being a beastly artist. No offense, she might be. I just don't know that.
Yeah.
Right. Because FX, I mean, usually she's just the rapper, and in this current age of rappers, she's not that good.
She's not. She's worse than Bora, which is saying a lot.
Ow! Shots fired. Yeah, so it's what is SM going to do? Because we'll talk about this later for trends, but YG, yes, they did very well this year, but they're going to do 10 times better next year.
Yeah.
They've set themselves up to have a disgusting 2015.
Yeah. If Winner's debut was that amazing by everyone's standards, next year when they release something, it's going to just
yeah.
And open the floodgates.
Icon, of course, is going to be ridiculous. I mean, Big Bang is supposed to maybe coming out with another album.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, it's been a long time. They got all their solo junk. That's all they did really this year and last year.
Still doing solo junk in Japan, man. That guy is just always working.
T.O.P.'s be making
movies
ton of movies,
shit.
So in 2015, if YG's smart, he would do that because. You should put the nail in the coffin of
fans want to see that, and it's just let's give the fans what they want. Yeah. Boom.
But SM, I mean, there are still rumors of the other Chinese members going to leave EXO. I think there was a rumor just the other day about there was one Chinese member and one Korean member that was still thinking about leaving.
Yeah, and there was that one video of Chanyeol looking really unwell, right?
At the end of the year, at the Mamas? Was it the Mamas?
I think it was the Mamas.
So yeah, SM just, I don't know what's going on.
But they treat the artists like shit.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YG really did the long con, and he gave a lot of his artists more power.
Yeah.
The ones that have skills, obviously. Yeah. But he chooses people with skills. Yeah. As opposed to SM, who chooses people with faces.
Yeah.
And it's really working out for them in the long run. Now, still SM, I mean, they might still make the most revenue, I think, because they albums sell like crazy.
Yeah.
But
physical albums
I don't know the end of 2014 numbers, but I would bet $1 million that 2015 is going to swing YG's way.
Oh, definitely.
For sure. Yeah. But anyways, that is one of the biggest stories, of course, is just the inside, demolishment of SMs.
brain workings, yeah.
Let's talk about the second kind of.
So our next big story, I guess, is all of the like lawsuits that are happening and the renewal problems that some groups are having.
Yeah.
So BAP obviously was a big group who are still in the midst of their whole legal battle as well.
But for all we know, I mean, I don't follow that stuff that much anymore.
Yeah.
But if they all leave this company, are they all going to re-sign with another company? I mean, obviously, I guess it depends if they can keep the BAP name or not. But like, or do they all just break up?
Because I mean, there's two guys who are definitely leaving. I think one of them is going to be an actor.
You're thinking about M Black, I think.
Oh yeah, I am thinking about M Black. BAP.
Because BAP is special because this is the only time all of them sued. So I don't really know what's going on with that. I don't know what they're going to do. But M Black is another one where two of the members, they just chose not to renew.
You're right.
So
I was getting it confused.
But M Black is coming back, I think, as a 3-member group,
Next
supposedly.
year, yeah.
Also, there was a thing with Megan Lee.
Yeah.
She also sued, or her company sued her, and so she sued them back. Mm-hmm. Which she's a very small person. But, I mean, EXO is also on this list, but we talked about EXO in the SM drama. Yeah. But, like, 2014 was just the year of, like, every 2 months, like, some group maybe not what you thought anymore. Right?
Yeah, like Zaya also had another big thing.
Yeah, they had a big
CEO.
Yep.
Who else?
Is there any more people?
I think Hello Venus broke up and then came back together.
I think they
ended their partnership.
Their partnership between the companies, yeah. So they also had I think they will come back later.
Rebranding. Hello Venus. I mean, they came back with something.
They didn't have the dance practice video.
No, it was an actual song.
Not after they broke up.
Sticky Sticky?
I thought it was before they broke up.
No, that's after they broke up, right?
I don't
Sticky
know.
Sticky's...
Oh, you may be right. The Brave Sound one?
Yeah. So that goes,
I wrote Hello Sticky.
Hello Sticky.
I was like, good thing I didn't hit search.
It's the I'm fanning my fart dance. Oh, I farted.
Yeah.
Oh, I farted. And they're fanning it out. Yeah,
Hello Venus Sticky.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they released them, like, dancing a wiggle wiggle, and it's got, like, 10 times as many views.
Like 15 bazillion hits.
And people still wonder, why are they doing sexy? It's because it fucking works.
Money.
But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But we're hoping, of course, we're all hoping, like, there's so many people that's just like, when will 2014 end, right? So many bad things happening. So we're hoping 2015 will be better, partially because there's less groups to fuck up now, right? What would be really... I'm trying to think what would be a really big breakup that could potentially happen next year.
Could potentially happen?
Like, what would be... Like it's... I mean, as much as crazy as would be if Big Bang broke up, that's not going to happen, right? Like, I just can't see
and also
that happening.
Kara broke up this year, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, Kara broke up. Oh, because of contract renewals. They didn't... 2 of them didn't want to renew. That's right. Kara, too. Yeah. So, that would be left with... Kara was dead. Well, not dead. They kind of came back. One of the girls... I mean, I don't want to mention them.
That's right,
but seriously, who... I'm trying to think what would be, like, a big, like, oh, no, kind of group. Maybe if, like, A-Pink broke up. I think that'd be pretty
Or, like,
big
Girls' Day. Or Sistar.
I think if Sistar broke up, it'd be like, I mean... whatever. Like, so you go do this. Hyorin will go do this.
Yeah.
Draft Girl,
we'll just keep doing
Dasom will keep doing acting and stuff, and Bora will just
MC and shit.
Become my wife. I mean, whatever. Whatever happens, happens.
Just married.
I think it would be a big thing if A-Pink. Yeah. I think that would blow people's minds. Partially because they have more members.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Girls' Day...
Well, I feel like the end of 2014, just new groups are just moving up the tier list just rapidly, I feel like.
As the old guard are dying. Sometimes a slow, miserable death. All right, and of course the last, which is the most important story.
Yeah, it definitely is the most important story.
And it also is the biggest, but not the most fun.
It's I think the biggest tragedy of 2014.
Probably the biggest tragedy since I've ever listened to K-pop.
Yeah, I think so as well. So the biggest tragedy is, of course, Ladies Code and their car accident, which resulted in 2 of their members passing away. And that just kind of just shocked the K-pop world, honestly. A lot of people knew for a long time that K-pop artists are just run ragged. The schedules are ridiculous, and just companies are kind of out for profit rather than the well-being of their artists. So this was just kind of a stark reminder that this is the machine. Yeah. This is the machine. This is the K-pop machine.
This is the consequences of, or potential consequences of, what happens when you run your business this way, where they have to race back and forth between multiple places, driving all night, right? No time to sleep. This could happen. I will say probably the saddest thing about this, or the second sad, I mean, the saddest thing is that two girls, passed away. But the second saddest thing is that nothing has changed in Korea since this. Nothing. Like, as far as we know. Maybe the schedules got lighter in the background. We just don't know. But I don't think so.
I mean, I do have to say that after this happened, a lot more groups are coming out and saying, hey, the company, we have issues. Like,
true. I mean, maybe BAPs was part of that. Yeah. It was just like, you're running us dry, right?
Running us ragged, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that helped in that decision, but like, it's sad to see, like, there's no like seatbelt law changes in Korea. There's no like, this is Korea where like people of certain ages can't play video games at certain times of night because like there's a law that says if you're a minor you can't play video games from a certain time to a certain time in the middle of the night. You can probably play at home by yourself, whatever. But like I think actually like, because when you make an account in Korea, you have to put in your Korean social security number so it knows how old you are. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it locks you out. Like, you can't even log into a game at certain times of the night. Yeah. I think.
Yeah. And also they have very strict, like, censoring with TV and also, like, internet.
I mean, you can get porn. I mean, you can always get porn, but it's pretty hard to get porn in Korea. It ain't like in America. Yeah. But, like, there is not... The only reason I mention that, right, is that they're so stringent on certain rules, but like they don't consider this a problem really. I mean, maybe it takes a long time for laws to put in effect. Maybe there'll be some kind of resolution later next year. But... I
mean, I'm looking at it really pessimistically because just like K-pop in general and just the Hallyu wave, it's just bringing Korea like so much like tourism and also just like awareness about Korea.
Sure.
That it's like, okay, well, these K-pop stars are the cog for that. Mm-hmm. And this obviously was like, I think in their mind, kind of like a freak accident.
Or they're like, oh, just don't drive in that,
Yeah, just like, oh, just don't drive dangerously. Just drive like, but...
Yeah, like, for example, the driver of the car is probably going to get jail time for this.
Yeah, he's just scapegoated.
Which, I mean, maybe you think he should or he shouldn't, but like, as far as I know, I didn't read like the court briefings, As far as I know, he's just doing the job that he was ordered to do.
I'm sure
he probably made some mistakes along the way, and people died because of that. But not only should he have to deal with his consequences, I would hope that their company and the K-pop industry in general would deal with their consequences, but they haven't.
There should be more people taking responsible rather than just chalking it up to just it's one person's fault or it's a freak accident. Like, you need to open your eyes, honestly. But looking at it pessimistically, they're not, because they just make so much money. Just all around. And that's kind of what's really, 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 like...
And I mean, I don't even think it's they need to make money. I think it's just that's what you have to do
to make it.
To get your name, get a chance at your name. Like, because there's hundreds of groups that do work 23 hours a day, but they just can't release a hit single, so nothing happens. It's not like it's guaranteed success. It's just to have a chance at success, they have to do all this stuff, and it's it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Steven and I say like all the time, like K-pop artists are some of the most hardworking people,
and Korean people in general.
Are some of the most hardworking people. And the sad thing is, it's like there are a lot of groups who want to be the next, like, mega group or the mega star, and they just are just barely getting by, right? But
for example, like I even read, of course, Ear Kimchi did their video about this too, and it's like I didn't actually watch the video, but I did read the website. I don't know why I didn't watch the video, but they kind of agreed with what I said or we said, which was just that, like, because a lot of people from the outside are just like, oh my god, I can't believe they work that hard, and I can't believe it. It's like that is Korean culture, right? I mentioned it last episode, I think, which is, yes, working hard is a problem, but in general, it doesn't matter what job you have in Korea, they do that, right? Yeah. They work insane hours for small dividends. That's just kind of part of their culture, which is a problem in the grand scheme of things, but it's not a K-pop problem specifically. Yeah. It's just the problem with other people is that they go to work and then they come home. They don't have to drive, around the country and perform and physical and mental,
And this problem spans to, like, every Korean person. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a young kid, like, going to, like, 50 billion hagwons or academies a day. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're a college kid or a middle school kid who are just studying their asses off trying to get into college. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're, like, a college kid who are studying their ass off to get a license to get a job. Doesn't matter if you're a working person who you're working till, like, 12, like, or the wee hours in the morning. Or actually, it doesn't even matter if you're, like a grandma or grandpa. Like, there are some ajumas and ajusis, like harabojis, like, who are picking like trash up on the streets.
Like, it's freaking cold right now outside, and they're just old 80-year-old people picking up trash. Yeah. Because that's what they do to make a tiny bit of money to probably send to their grandchildren.
And it's just like, it's just, I don't know.
So I mention all this because I don't think that pushing the K-pop idols to all those places and working so hard, that's not going to change. Because that's not only part of the Korean culture, but because of the overcrowdedness of the market, they just got to do that. I just wish they took more safety measures to do that, right? Like, maybe hire 2 managers. So while one's sleeping, the other one can drive. Yeah. And vice versa. Like, that's not that hard. They just didn't want to pay another person, right? Yeah. Or, like, how about instead of 5 music shows on television, I know every channel wants their own music show, but, like, come on, guys. How about not? You don't need to do that.
Like,
just go to 3 of the 4. You don't need to go to 4.
It's just a countrywide just problem. Like, me and Steven, we don't think there's going to be a change in, like, work schedule. They're just going to be worked just as hard no matter what they do. But the problem is, I think there need to be, like, guidelines and set rules, like regulations, I want to say. Regulations about, like, the industry in general. Like, the industry needs to have more regulations. Like, because when you think about, like, other places, like, okay, like in America or maybe in, like, Britain, like, back way in the day, they had, like, children working, right?
Well, plenty of places still do.
Yeah, but I mean, like, modern, developed countries, right?
China's a modern, developed country. They still got children working in China.
Okay, well, you kind of understand what I'm saying, but, like, they put in regulations on, like, for every, like, 4 hours you work, you have to have 1 hour break, kind of deal, or a 15 minutes break. And you have to eat lunch, or if you have to work, like, this much shift, you have to eat lunch. Like, those regulations, I mean, I can't think of, like, how they would attune that to, like, the K-pop world, but they need those sort of regulations for this industry. Because K-pop is an industry, and they're just being worked to death, basically.
I would say that I recently read about people who work on television shows. And I saw it on Reddit. It was about, I think, someone who works on the TV show Scandal, which was saying how, like, it takes them 10 months to, let's say, film 1 year's 22 episodes, right? But, for example, like, in their contracts, in their, like, the rules of being a member of the guild, the workers guild, actors guild, whatever, like, or, the production guild or whatever it's called, right? Like, you can only work a certain amount of hours, but you don't, because you work more. And the reason you work more is because they'll fire you and find somebody, they'll fire you. And as much as regulations might potentially happen, that same thing goes for Korea, which is like, if you're not going to work that hard, they'll find someone who will. Like, the only the only country where people really throw a fit about that is kind of America, as far as I know. Because in America, it's like, no, those foreigners took our jobs. But it's like, well, they're willing to work harder for less. Yeah. Like, that sucks. But
here it is.
You if you have the same equivalent skills, like, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? Now, we're getting into politics here. So let's move on to the biggest trends of 2014. We'll go a little bit faster on this. There are really only 2 trends, but I wanted to throw in a third one. Because it's the worst trend. The worst affront to my eye holes this year. All right? And if you're a long-term listener, you know what it is.
You know what it is.
But what is it, Josh?
It's floppy fucking hats.
It's fucking floppy hats. Fuck flippity floppy fucking hats. I hate them. And the problem is that for a while, they were just in music videos for a while. Maybe in 2013, they were just in music videos. But it is real life now. It is real life.
People started getting their hands on them.
People are wearing them in real life. I see them all the time. Keep showing up. There's always, nowadays, pick a random boy group music video. There's a guy with a floppy hat in there. It's more common in boy videos than girl videos.
So strange.
How weird is that? How weird is that?
Why is that?
And as much as like Simon and Martina hate turtlenecks, right? Like, that is our thing. We freaking hate floppy hats.
Just fucking floppy hats.
And there's no sign of them going away. They just get flippitier and floppitier.
Yeah.
It's just like,
floppitier and flippitier.
Stop it. Nobody looks good. Nobody. But of course, people are gonna disagree because when you're sexy, no matter what you wear. But
like you fucking put a clown wig on TOP, he's gonna be fucking sexy as shit.
Yeah, come on, but his 10 sexy will now be 9 sexy, and a floppy hat, if it was an RPG, has a negative 19 billion sexy points. But if you're TOP, you're probably 10 billion, so you're fine.
Like nothing, yeah.
But floppy hats.
Floppy hats.
Worst trend of the year.
Oh god. Second worst trend of the year.
I don't think it's a bad trend. I think it's going in a direction we don't like.
That's true.
But that trend is I'm not going to say real hip-hop. I'm going to say quote-unquote hip-hop trend.
The idol hip-hop scene.
Yes, the idol hop. And that includes the music, that includes the outfits, and that just includes the concepts. That includes just groups with the entire sole purpose of being quote-unquote hip-hop.
Oh, terrible.
Now, of course, there are like better versions and worse versions depending on what you like. As much as I hate on BTS, they're starting to be on the top side of this trend that I'm okay with.
Starting to climb that mountain.
And like, most of our like complaining about the hip hop trend is potential complaining. Like I think for the most part, it hasn't been that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I think, of course, Tough Cookie is bad. I'm happy that's not everybody's doing that yet, but it's kind of happening. Like now, recent the last 2 weeks, it's like the diss battle. All right, the diss battle. Which, by the way, all the fangirls are like, "Oh, diss battles. That's so cool." That is fucking dumb. Diss battles are for immature fucking 10-year-olds. And you know why rappers do that? Because most of them are immature fucking 10-year-olds. I don't know if you know this, but I don't think you ever go to fucking Lil Wayne and be like, "You're a well-adjusted adult." No!
He's not a well-adjusted adult.
Now, most of these people are kids, right? But most of them are also supposed to be idols, right? And while I think maybe we have different opinions on this, but while the diss battle right now is just kind of like a little tame, like I definitely can see again a little
like back in the day, with like stupid. Swings had like that diss battle with Swings, and who else was it?
I don't really know. I'm thinking more like Tupac and Biggie.
Oh, well, people actually died.
Yeah, I mean I know that's not what happened in Korea, but what I mean is like I'm not a huge hip hop fan, but I know there are certain feuds between like DMX and somebody else or so
like
and
Rough
so
Riders,
and it's like that's just stuff is dumb. I don't want that in this world. I don't want that in the K-pop world. I think that's not why I like K-pop. That's not why I like idol groups. That's not why I'm here.
That's not why I like hip hop.
And we're kind of grouchy grandpas where it's like the K-pop that I like is not the K-pop anymore, and it's like we can see that happening.
Me and Steven are like OGs of this K-pop game. Like we are. Yeah, we've been
I mean, I'm sure there are definitely older people that listen to us that maybe listen longer than us.
Who are old OGs.
Yeah, but you know, like old OGs, like you know, they were teenagers when Finko came out and SES and HOT. That's not me. We came in. I came in the second gen, right? The SNSD Wonder Girls. You know,
I came in like BoA time.
I got teased with some BoA, but I didn't really jump in for BoA.
Yeah, I didn't jump in, but BoA was like...
BoA was actually more Japanese for me, personally, than Korean. But we definitely came in the second gen. And now, the people that are coming in now in the last 3 or 4 years, I consider the third gen. You know, that's the BAPs and the Beasts and the Infinites and the A-Pinks and the AOAs, you know.
Girls' Days.
And the Girls' Days, right? And I don't want the fourth generation to be... I'm sorry, I don't want them all to be BTSs, and I don't... how many other boy... I don't actually... Sometimes my mind just goes blank on boy groups, you know. What other kind of more, like... As much as, you know, as much as I guess I was okay with GOT7 until their recent release. Like, I could see them going that way too, right? They kind of have a hip-hop vibe to them, right?
Block B.
Block B, there we go. Of course, Icon will probably be.
BAP was very that...
BAP, we talked about this. BAP did this, their timing sucks.
Yeah, missed the timing.
Like, they came out as, like, the rough, like, more, like, hip-hop kind of group back when people didn't...
The Loof is on fire.
That's not... that song's not even one of those songs. I'm talking about the Warrior. The old school BAP. Really, the Loop? That's like a fun song. That's like the Loop. Like, he's not even trying to like rip into rap hands. Yeah. Like, that's not like a song.
I'm Hurricane.
With your Loop. But anyways, I again.
But speaking of like things we don't want the next generation to have,
we're worried.
So guys are headed towards like the hip hop concept.
Yes. And the girls are heading, or have been heading, into Slutty McSlut Town.
Slutty McSlut Town.
I mean, not really Slutty McSlut Town, but the sexiness of the overall sexiness of girl groups.
It's definitely, I mean, don't get us wrong. Last year, they definitely had their own sexy moments, and the year before that, and there's always been sexy moments since the beginning of time, but I'm talking like Stellar, I'm talking about Four Ladies, I'm talking about Exit getting really popular because of
talking about the Wiggle Wiggle dance video we just saw.
Yeah.
You know, what? I wrote this entire long thing about sexiness a long time ago because I was trying to make these like YouTube videos called like Kpop Opinions or whatever, and my second video is going to be about sexiness. But the problem with it's just that argument's been done so long this year that it just bothers me because it's like it's not gonna go away unless people stop caring, and people keep caring. All right.
You know what the thing is though, Steven? Like, I'm starting to just be caught up in that. Like, I actually do enjoy some Girls' Day songs. I do enjoy like AOA. Stellar was a good song. Like, actually,
sure.
You know?
The thing is, I actually put this number 3 because like it was a problem for a lot of people, quote unquote problem, but it did hit a high point, and it did go down. Like after the the Stellar problem, like a lot of groups kind of looked around and was like, all right. Like for example, like Hyuna. Like I was watching some old Hyuna videos, and like when you compare some of her old videos to Red, like they're nothing. Like I mean, Red is nothing. Red is like the tamest Hyuna I've seen in like 3 years.
Bubble Pop Ice Cream.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I really do think, and like for example, what Girls' Day's newest song was Darling, and that was still had its sexy moments.
They looked around and were like,
they looked around and was like, oh, we can't just turn to the camera and shake our butts with our hands in the air. We can't do that.
Let's take it a step back.
So they've been kind of taking a step back. Like for example, AOA Short Hair, they. Like a Cat was more sexy, but AOA Short Hair was a step back from miniskirt. Like they actually was like it was like more fun, and they had comedic moments. They brought in that comedy actor, and even Like a Cat, which has its sexy moments, the dance is like kind of fun. It's like I'm a cat. It's not like I'm laying on the ground rubbing my breast, kind of how miniskirt was, you know. So
it's like booty pop.
Yeah. So the sexiness has been taken a step back, but then in the last couple of weeks, I mean
the antes have been raised.
Yeah.
But just overall, the sexiness has been.
It did hit a high point in 2014, so that's why it's on the list. But I will say, as far as future worries, I don't worry about this as much as I worry about hip hop and floppy hats.
Yeah, floppy hats are a disease. It's the cancer of 2015. It is the cancer.
It is. Well, I would say hip hop's the cancer, and floppy hats
are like an STD or something.
The AIDS.
Oh, the AIDS.
Because that's incurable.
Ooh, floppy hats are incurable. Ooh.
They are. They're incurable. You think you can just take them off and stop it? Just stop, but they don't stop. But cancer, it depends on the cancer, and sometimes you can control cancer. Just like you can control hip hop sometimes.
Oh, I guess so.
I mean, I didn't think it that much through.
But... Yeah, just let it go.
All right, let it go.
Let it go.
All right, well, we're gonna move on to numbers. It's been a long time, guys. I hope you're still with us. I hope you took a break. You know, you paused it, tired of us talking. But now we're gonna get to numbers 5 through 1, and after 5 through 1, we're gonna talk about we're gonna give 3 awards, which will be biggest disappointment, most improved, and the best debut. But we'll do that at the very end. Yep. All right, so back to our list. Since you started with number 10, right? I will start with number 5.
Go ahead.
We'll do something like that. All right.
Do a little something like that.
Number 5.
What you got?
All right. Number 5 is a song that is getting a lot of airtime recently.
Has it been?
Yeah, and that song, of course, involves one of the weirdest, sexy but shouldn't be sexy dick pendulum moves, and that is EXID with their song Up and Down. Now, we're both going to just say this and be like, listen to our podcast. We liked that song first, guys. So we liked it when it really came out. Okay,
so we're actually we're going to be hipster on this one because we called this.
We called it. We're
like, this song is good.
Like this song, I remember the first time we heard that song, we were at that Show Champion performance.
That's where we heard it from.
We didn't hear the music video because that music video came out I think like that morning, whatever. So the first time we heard it was there, and like you know, maybe of course most of you probably never been to one of these things, but like the first 3/4 of it are filled with groups
that nobody knows.
Like we do this for a quote unquote living, and I didn't even know who half of them were. Even when their song came out, even when their name came out, I was like, who is this? So when the XC came out with a song, I was like, I don't know who they are. I can't see any of their faces.
We knew who XC were generally. We've heard of the name before.
Who the people sitting there. Like I don't think anything was like this is EXID.
Yeah, like we've heard of their name, but if you ask me how many members are in EXID, I'd be like,
well, that's Even now, I don't know. Is there 6?
I think there's 6.
Anyways.
We at it.
Now, of course, thanks to Creepy McCreepster's solo, the highest definition cam. What is that called when they just look at one person?
Like a focus?
I don't know. Whatever. Like a single person fan cam. It is the highest quality single person fan cam. Like if you like single person fan cams, whoever the dude who uploaded that is, like I've watched some other ones.
Has like 3 million hits.
He uses some pro equipment.
Like it's better than my eyeballs.
It's better than the HD you get from like performances like on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. But you know, before all that happened, like this song was like it was so catchy to begin with.
It was a Digipetty music video.
A Digipetty music video again, but even besides the music video, like the girls are pretty. The dance is interesting, you know, to say the least. And as much as you may not like the dick swing, like it's easy, it's catchy, you can replicate it anytime.
I think when it first came out, if we go back to that podcast, I think I said like, oh, I actually think this song's actually pretty sexy. And Steven was like,
I still don't think the dance is sexy.
Yeah.
I think they're sexy, but no time in my life am I ever like, if a girl stood there and was like, did the dick swing, like, unless the girl's already hot, that's not a sexy move. Like, you're not giving someone a lap dance and you're gonna bust that move out. That's not a sexy move.
I guess so, when you think about it that way.
You know, like, if you saw, like, if you know, your date for the tonight is like, oh, let me show you this sexy move, and she's just like, I'd be like, no, that's, I mean, you turn me on maybe, but that move, no. It's like, what are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me?
It's the face.
No. But that song, I mean, is it on your list?
It's not actually.
It's actually not on your list?
I know, it's crazy, but I felt like, I think I listened to it too much. And like, I was like, okay, yeah, this song is good, but I don't know if I was like, am I...
Like, that's a song where, again, say it, I know the beat, I know the chorus.
Yeah, like, this definitely could have shot into, like, my 6 through 10, but I was like, okay, do I like Erase more than this song? Yes. Do I like Mr. Chu? Is Mr. Chu more catchy than this song? Yes.
No, it's not.
I think so. But,
no.
And I was just like, well, okay, I think I enjoy my 6 through 10 more than I enjoy this song. Like, the song is a good song. It's good, like, catchy beat and all of that, but, like, beyond catchiness, I don't really have anything about it.
I mean, it's just easy. It's easy. But I guess we do we can think of who's the best music video director. It's probably DigiPetty. Sorry guys. All right. Didn't play the music video for that one. Let me find it real quick. Just because I want to play for a little bit so people can... it's a new one, right? Where would it be? Where would it be? Up and down. Seriously, though. It's only 5. It's only 5 members in EXID.
I thought there were 6.
But for the record, EXID, I mean, they had like a 2-year period where they didn't make any music, but I think they had a song called like Every Night that I was like in love with back in the day. And I don't know, it was kind of, this year was like really good for third-party groups, I think. Like, I think a lot of third-party groups are really making like names for themselves this year.
Yeah, it's because like the playing field is like almost level now. It's new gen.
Well, I mean, it's also because SM did nothing. And YG also, I mean, I guess 21 did have an album, but... Why don't you know, don't you know, don't you know? It's a good song. It's a good song. EXID. All right. What is your number 5, sir?
My number 5 is a collaboration song. I'm surprised that it's not on your list.
Some?
Yes. It is So You and Junggi Go with Some. Now this song is just so catchy. When it came out, it was just like gangbusters. And I just what else is there to say? I liked the music video, I liked the song, I liked everything about it, and I still like it to this day. Yes, I've lost some of the replay value since I've listened to it so freaking much, but if I still hear it, I'm still like da 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 da. Like, it still gets kind of caught in my head. You know?
I mean, I you know, every time I do hear the song, like, I'm like, this. I mean, it's a good song, but like, it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think part of it is like, I just heard it so many times, you know. But I think at the end of 2014, this will probably be again number 1, 2, or 3 on the most downloaded kind of thing. You know, you're just humming, and this does nothing for a podcast, right?
Huh? What? Oh, you're talking, so I'm just thinking in my head.
Instead of listening to me, that's cool.
Oh, sorry.
That's cool. But I think it was that reverse kind of, you know, newness to it, which is, I think as a song, I like the Hyorin and Ju Young one more. Yeah. But as a happy kind of you know.
So when I first
Happy Town one, I mean, that's
when I first made the list, I had the Hyorin Ju Young song over this actually. But I was just like, maybe it's just a new bias, so I anti-biased it, and that's why it's for me number 6 instead of number 5.
I may have anti-biased it because, like, every one of the mothers have heard this song, right? Yeah. And still, I think not many people have heard the Hyorin one, so I was like, gotta put that up in that. So I don't know. All right, well, it's a great song. I love the dude from Geeks, man. I love his rapping. Boy. I love his rapping style, and I love his voice. Junggi Go, actually, like, I don't really, like, I'm trying to even think of his voice. Like, I don't.
It's air.
I just can't, like, just after hearing Ju Young's, I'm just like, nah, dude, you got nothing. You got nothing compared to that guy, bro. You got nothing.
I mean, they're both pretty good.
And, like,
but Ju Young is very good.
Yeah. Well, moving on. Number 4.
Wait, hold on.
What?
You don't think Jungkook has a good voice?
I think he's got a. I don't know. That's the thing. Like I'm trying to think of this song right now, and like when I'm listening to this song, I'm not like this dude's got a great voice. It's not what I'm thinking.
Huh.
I also don't think that when Soyou sings. I think when Soyou sings, she's got like a okay voice. Like I'm not like this is awful, but when I think great voice, I'm thinking like again like I think that in I think Hyorin, I think Juyeon, I even think Sonnet Son has a really good voice. I think Ailey, you know, like I don't necessarily think Soyou ever, and I don't necessarily think Jungkook.
I can understand that.
But could be wrong. I could be wrong on that because I'm an idiot. All right, number 4, right?
Number 4. You're number 4. What you got?
We're nearing the end. Number 4. I know number 4 is not on your list.
Not on
I
my
know
list.
for sure it's not.
All right.
And that is by the Ice Cream Princess herself.
Oh, really?
Heck yeah. And that is Hyuna with her song Red.
You see,
Yeah.
when you said like all those months ago, you were like, "Oh, I'm starting to get back into the song." I was like, "No, Steven, stop.
Yes.
Stop what you're doing." And
Yes. So here's the thing with this song, okay? Like, I remember talking about it, and I was like, I mean, it's okay song, right? I didn't mind it. But then I made like a video, a Kpop Sins video about this, so I had to listen to this song like 70 times in one day. And maybe I got brainwashed, all right, by her.
it's brainwashed.
Okay? But just again, every time I hear this song, it's got such a like upbeat, like you know, it's like da na na na. It's like kind of got this like, as much as they're shitty songs, they're still catchy. Like Black Eyed Peas, some of their older Black Eyed Peas songs, where it's like, you know, this is not good, but by God, it's catchy and it kind of gets your hands up. Like, don't lie. Like, I know your hands been up to it.
Number 4.
Heck yeah, dude, I really, really enjoy this song. I really do. I think now, I've heard it so many times, but like, I don't know. I just really like it. I think it's really catchy. And I think it, weirdly enough, even though I don't understand it because it's in Korean, like the wordplay that she does is pretty cool. Because every Korean person I ask, it's like, when you think of that nursery rhyme now, who do you think of? Every single person is like Hyuna.
Okay.
Yeah. And it could also be the reverse, which is like, I didn't really like Hyona's singles that much. And this year, 4 Minute didn't really do much for me. They didn't really do much for me last year either.
I mean, those songs were good, but I don't know.
I mean, except for 1 4 Minute song. But like, I don't know what it is. I thought the music video was funny. I thought that like, I don't think it's a Digipetty one, but it might as well. It could be.
It very well could have been.
Because again, it's
Kesha.
Okay, Kesha. The thing is, like, I've seen so many generic music videos that when there's one that's just kind of has some stuff going on, I'm just like, I'm okay. I'm into this. It's fun. Hyuna. But for real though, this one was probably the most random on my list. Like, I really didn't know where to put it, but I finally set on number 4. So
Number 4,
I'm gonna have to live with that for the rest of my life.
That's amazing.
It's a great song.
So my number 4, I'm not sure if you'll actually have this
Is it better than Hyuna?
on your list, but my number 4 is Royal Pirates with Drawing the Line.
It's not on my list. Royal Pirates. Actually, I was like, are you gonna put this on this list? Because, give me a second, real fast. Because you picked this song, right?
Yeah.
You picked this
Did
song as best song of the week.
Yeah.
You picked this song over AOA's miniskirt. So I was like, because I was making this, I was like, he better put this song up there because then I'm gonna throw it back in his face and be like, what now? But you surprised me by sticking with your guns.
You know what? But the funny thing is, I'll just give you a spoiler.
I mean, I know AOA's higher than this. I know AOA's on this, but we did kind of cheat and we did lump all 3 of AOA's songs together. Yeah. But we'll talk more about that later. Yeah. But I'm just surprised on this. I thought you would have completely forgot about this song. So
no, this is so this song, I want to say out of all the songs, on this list, it kind of stuck on my playlist the longest. It's one of those songs that I just never really got tired of. It's really, really strange. Like this is just so new, just so different.
It's the only band song really that came out this year.
Yeah.
Well, I guess other than like Nell had a couple songs.
Yeah.
But I guess CN Blue had one song.
Yeah. Like this song, like I
take that back.
Just like it's just amazing all around. I loved everything about this. I went back and watched the music video and I was like, this is a funny music video. I like it. Like, and the guitar is fantastic. Bass is fantastic. Like singing is fantastic. I can't say anything bad about this song, this video. Just everything about it. It's just breath of fresh air.
I will say, I 1000% forgot about this. The last thing I did before I left school today was make the list of all of the picks that we've ever made this year. And so when Drawing the Line came out, I was like, oh yeah. But by then I was like, it's too late. I can't muck with my list anymore. But yeah, no, I really will agree. Like the song was real. I remember when we heard this song on like, it was one of the worst, most boring weeks. Right, and then this is like one of the last songs that we heard. Yeah. And we were like, "This song's fucking amazing." And then we listened to it like twice right after we finished recording. Yeah. Which, you know, if you follow me on Twitter, you know Josh just sleeps on the couch, or he's just busy checking his phone. But like, there are a few and far between where we're just like, oh, we need to hear that song again.
Yeah, we need to hear that song. I remember like this song. I was like, yeah, play that song one more time, Steven. Like,
I think we may have done that for EXID too, but definitely this song was just like, dude, we gotta hear that song again. And this is a song where, like, you know, CM Blue's a band, but their songs aren't super bandy.
Yeah, to me. They don't have like a lot of like guitar technology. Like the way I would describe it is like Eddie Kim versus Roy Kim. Like Eddie Kim,
like they both do chingus with guitars, but
Eddie Kim, that chingu can play guitar. And Royal Pirates, these chingus can play their instruments. You know.
I mean, we know CM Blue can too.
Yeah, of course.
But CM Blue started, unless I'm mistaken, CM Blue started with the intent that they're an idol group, right? Yeah. Which is inherently different than Royal Pirates, which I am assuming it was just a band.
Yeah.
Right? I hope I'm not screwing that up. And if I do, you know, leave us a comment. But, so that's different, right? So, like, it's really different than other kind of band, quote-unquote, groups in Korea, because they're like a real band. Now, I didn't like their second song that much. Or
no, it wasn't very good.
The song after this. Yeah. But now that you say this, like, yeah, I mean, you know what? This could definitely have been in my honorable mentions. Yeah. Just by the virtue of I forgot about this, it wouldn't be on my top 10. But it's a good song. Royal Pirates. Surprising. All right, we're getting to the top 3 now, boy.
Top 3.
Top 3 now, 2014.
I think these will probably be quite similar.
I don't know. All right, number 3. This one is the most surprising, maybe? I don't know. And that is...
But you said Hyuna was the most surprising. What is more surprising?
Oh, no, it's not more surprising than Hyuna. Okay. Sorry. You're right. My number 3. It was very hard to decide which song of this group to put on here. But I ultimately chose Mamamoo featuring Bumkey with Don't Be Happy. Now, Mamamoo, debut group. This is their first song with Bumkey. I was just like, I love
Don't Be
them.
Happy, right?
Don't Be Happy, yes. I love you. I love this group. I love everything about this. Like, no girl group does what they do. There's some guys that kind of are in this genre, but no girl group does it like they do. There's still no girl group that does it like they do.
Maybe Spica is close.
No. Spica doesn't do R&B type music.
Oh, I thought you meant like singy type of doo-woppy.
No. Well, the problem with Spica is like even Spica doesn't have a group. They do every song is totally different.
That's true.
Right? Like they did a Brave Sound song this year, right? Or Spica S did, right? Then they did an English song. Then they did You Don't Love Me, which is
like kind of like Mamamoo-ish. Yeah.
I would no. You Don't Love Me like Mamamoo?
Yeah. I need your love. I need your love.
I mean, I know I know that song, but Mamamoo's songs don't sound like that. Like, I think the You Don't Love Me is like...
Depending on what you're getting at. I don't think I know what you're getting at.
Like, I don't get what you're getting at. I don't know how you think those two groups are similar.
They're both like talented vocally. They both focus on harmonization. They're both kind of doo-woppy. I
don't know what you mean by doo-woppy because I don't consider Mamamoo.
Really?
I don't think the Don't Be Happy is not. I don't think Peppermint Chocolate Peppermint is like that. I think
really, Chocolate Peppermint is very doo-woppy.
What do you like?
Doo-wop is like the style of music, like Motown-ish.
Yeah, I think I don't consider You Don't Love Me. I think the first riff of You Don't Love Me is like that, but the actual song is not.
I guess agree to disagree on that one then.
Yeah, maybe I'm crazy. I wouldn't consider them. I would consider them more similar than Girls' Generation and Mamamoo, but like.
Well, that's wild.
No. I think you misheard me. I mean, I think when you say they're close in sound, I think, yeah, they're closer than, say, Girls' Generation and Mamamoo is, but I don't think... When I still think of them as two totally separate genres. Like, I think Mamamoo is an R&B kind of in the sense, like, of a brand new music style, where it's like maybe hip-hop and R&B fused together, but with a pop root.
So you're thinking maybe like kind of like a TWIK-y?
Certain TWIK songs,
yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
maybe, but not Speaker, man. Plus, Speaker, like you go through their list of songs, and every song is pretty different.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you
but
that.
But Mamamoo's, most of them, it doesn't matter. All that matters is I know we both agree that this is a great song.
Yeah,
and Mamamoo. I mean, their newest song is the weakest one, Piano Man.
Yeah.
But like, this one's just my favorite. This one's my favorite with Bumkeet. Don't Be Happy. It was probably one of my most played songs for sure. Yeah, I don't know. We did a lot of talking today. I'm kind of running out of breath, man.
Yeah, hard things to say.
Are you saying Mamamoo's not on your list at all?
It's not.
That's crazy.
It was in my honorable mentions.
I was gonna put 3 of them on this list, but I was like, no, I shouldn't.
See, the problem with that is like it was gonna be on my list, but I felt like you were gonna talk about it, so I excluded them.
That's weird, man.
No, because I didn't want to. They didn't make my top 10, right?
It's weird.
They didn't make my top 10. But, like, if I was going to put them in my honorable mentions, I knew they were going to be in your top 10 for sure.
Okay. All right. I mean,
Don't Be Baby. Don't Be Happy.
Oh, what did I say? Don't Be Baby? I was listening to you talk. I don't know where Baby came from, actually.
Yeah. But, yeah, they're actually not on my list.
Where is this? I don't, like, if I were to say, well, aside from maybe one of my other people's, but, like, they had a suite of songs that were just all really good. Like 3 in a row that I was like, these songs are really, really good. And like there's only one other group that I think matches that for me this year. No, I don't want Body Language. That's not what I want.
Body Language.
I don't want Bunky Home. Are they not on my thing? All right. Maybe they're not on my thing to find.
Are they? Is that not this year then?
I don't know.
Mamamoo debuted this year, right?
They're definitely this year. Well, here's Mamamoo and Peppermint Chocolate. You know what? I'm just going to put Peppermint Chocolate. Just can't find the other music video. But Peppermint Chocolate is also an insanely good song.
Did Mamamoo debut this year?
They definitely debuted this year. For sure. I could be wrong.
Should we check?
I'll check on my laptop.
Yeah, should we check?
Mamamoo, Don't Be Happy. Here we go. I just listened to it today. Come on, internet. January 8th.
Wow.
Barely. January 8th. I remember this was like one of the very first songs, and I was like, so good. So good, Mamamoo. I'm really surprised they're not on your list. Maybe as surprised as you are with Hyuna being on my list.
Yeah.
I'm surprised because just for the fact that we've been talking about them so much throughout the whole year.
You see, like, the way I would describe it is like not one of their songs like blew me out of the water, but like all of their songs are just really good. But I think what really kind of made it kind of muddy for me is that a lot of their songs sound very similar, and so like I didn't really think of one specific song like, oh, this song is like amazing, right? Like I just kind of lump it all together. It's like Mamamoo. Right.
I mean, I can kind of. I think Peppermint Chocolate and Mr. If I'm remembering them correctly, Peppermint Chocolate, Mr.
MMO.
MMO sound the most similar. But I think the one featuring Bumkey really has this like R&B feel to it that I really like.
That in my opinion is their best song. But honestly, like that one I actually kind of forgot about, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I think I forgot about Royal Pirates.
Yeah, so. I think that kind of slipped through. I don't think it was on the list, to be honest.
I guess it wasn't on this because I couldn't find it on the list I was just looking for. So that's probably why. But Mamamoo, great. Again, Piano Man is not really my thing. I think they're leaning a little too hard on, which I remember downloading the mini album, and like half of the songs on that mini album is like hardcore rap. Like, it was so strange. But like it was like, oh man, okay. And Piano Man, I think I was just a little too safe and a little too boring.
Yeah, it didn't really showcase their talent.
Yeah. But Peppermint Chocolate does. I think Don't Be Happy does. Mr. MMO or Mr. Ambiguous is the English name. Really shows off their power. I think, again, they are my favorite new group by 1,000. But we'll talk about best debut later. But I think you know who I like. All right, moving on, man. This is a more surprise than I thought.
So my number 3 will be a humongous surprise for you. My number 3 is
UKISS.
No, definitely not.
I mean, I'm just going with crazy surprise.
It's a rap collab, Born Hater with Epic High and all of those chingus.
So I'm just going to Epic High on the list. But Born a Hater. Okay.
This song is my favorite rap song of like K-pop rap song. I want to say in a really long time. In a really, really long time. The song itself is... Oh, you have to verify your age.
I can't do it. Ask for my Korean cell phone number. We're not watching the video, guys, because YouTube is stupid.
Because we're underage.
The account that I'm using
is Korean.
It doesn't
Korean
matter.
YouTube. Anyways. This song was amazing. Every time I hear it, I always want to rap along to it. And it's just like... There's something about Bobby's verse that when he comes in... And he just starts rapping. I'm just like, oh, like yeah, like shit, like that is what I want. That is what I want, like Korean hip hop to be. This is what I want Korean hip hop to be. Like, it has a certain bravado to it, but it's not. It's clever in its bravado.
Sure. Like
Lil Wayne. I really liked Lil Wayne back when he wasn't as famous. And he had a lot of mixtapes, and those mixtapes were just full of fantastic wordplay and like clever, like
as much as I have like shit on like Lil Wayne in my private life, like it was the one to bring that like witty like wordplay to the masses. And like there are so many lines in his songs that are like, it's like, all right, pretty good. Like you even laughed at it yourself in your own song. Like okay. Nowadays he doesn't really do that anymore. But
nowadays,
he just says what the fuck he wants.
Yeah, but Epic High, this is just witty, like spot on, just wordplay, and I think you would really appreciate this if you could understand the Korean, but you really can't. But since I can understand the Korean, I was just like, holy this means, and it was just like, I just spent like, I remember like an hour or something, just like, oh, this is what that means. Just like listen to the song like for an hour straight, so just like dissecting it, and it was just like. If you know anything about Korean like hip hop, like this song kind of embodies Korean hip hop for me. Like it talks about like all the rappers kind of like past problems or like you know how sometimes rappers will like reference their past songs. Yeah, this is kind of like that. Like
it's like it makes it so it seems like they wrote it. It's about them. Like it didn't run through some pop filter, right? Like. I can agree with everything you say, other than I just don't appreciate it as much as you. I don't know. I hope, Epic High. I wouldn't consider Epic High K-pop, but I'm glad that they're back to this.
Go Shoebox, that album. Like you know how I said you should really check out all those albums I said in honorable mentions. Yep. Check this one out first.
Shoebox?
This one first. All the songs on this album I think are quality. All of them.
One of my favorite, I told you before, I think one of my favorite songs of all time was Epic High and Yunha.
Oh yeah, Umbrella.
Yeah. Fuck, that song is the best.
Yeah.
But then I think, good God, that was a long time ago. Like, what has K-pop become? Yeah. But all right, well, that's definitely not on my list. Sorry.
All right, number 2 for Steven.
Number 2. Here we go with number 2. Number 2 is, we may have the same 1 and 2, although
I think they're different. They might be different. They might be swapped. We'll see.
Or it could be crazy and... okay, whatever. My number 2, I know you definitely have. Number 2 is the trio of songs from AOA.
You know what? I think my number 2 is also the trio of songs from AOA.
Did we match? We matched one! So the reason we cheated with AOA is, to be honest, when I made the list, the 3 songs from AOA were number 2, number 5, number 6, I think. Or number 7.
I think it was about the same for me. Number 2 would be Miniskirt. I think number 5 was Like a Cat, and number 7 was Short Hair.
Mine is different. My number 2 is Short Hair.
Wow, Short Hair.
Number 5 was Like a Cat, and the last one was Miniskirt. No, wrong. Sorry, Miniskirt was the middle one. Miniskirt was the middle one. But it was like, do we want to waste 3 slots on one artist? So
I remember we said this. I looked at Steven, I was like, yeah, so I know. Yeah. And he knew exactly what I was going to say. He was like, yeah, for me, AOA, I just love the songs together. I was like, yeah, me too.
So again, if hopefully you found this on YouTube because you Googled Best Songs 2014 and you didn't know this, but we've been just a huge fan of all what AOA has been doing.
I mean, and you can consider us hypocrites because we rag on like the sexy style and how sexy's coming up. But I think the reason why we like AOA so much, like, yeah, they are sexy girls, but like the songs are just so catchy. Just like they get stuck in your brain and you just can't get them out.
Can't get them out. I mean, I'm surprised that actually it's so high for you because, I mean, Brave Sound owns my babies, right? Yeah. Like, that is my type of song to a T. It's been forever, I had to make a conscious effort to not just put all 10 songs Brave Sound songs, It's fun. It's catchy as fuck. It's always got this little doopity doop somewhere in there that just gets in your head. Yeah. And like you hear these songs everywhere. All the kids, during our students' performances, they're always dancing to an AOA song. AOA or A-Pink, it's just so catchy. I do consider Short Hair better than Miniskirt, but I think that might also be because Miniskirt came out first, and I've heard that way more.
Maybe, but we could agree that like generally all 3 songs would be in our top 7 songs. And maybe even top 5. No, probably not top 5.
Anyway, they killed it. Yeah. And we got in a little comment kind of discussion with somebody else that was just like, compared to like Winner or something, like AOA doesn't deserve it because they don't sell enough. They don't do enough things, right? And it's like,
but that's the problem with awards. It's like it's so biased.
It's not even awards. That's the benefit of someone debuting as fucking YG and someone not debuting as fucking YG, right? When you debut with YG, yes, Winner is good, but if you can't admit that they get an inherent install base already, then you're kidding yourselves, right? And like Winner,
or SM or JYP, any of the really well-known.
JYP not really because nobody knew who GOT7 was for a long time. That's true. But like, every kid in the world, everybody in Korea knows who AOA is. Yes. Whether you're a kid, you're our age, and I think even older, like they've heard so many of those songs. But like Winner is still like a middle school kind of group. Yeah. And like, those are the people that buy and download a lot of songs, and that's why Winner has done so well on that part. But I am assuming, right, Winners wasn't on our list at all. No. Right? And I know, of course, like...
so one of the Winner songs was I was considering for my honorable mentions, but it wasn't even one of the songs they promoted. It was a song off them. It's Don't Flirt.
I don't know what that song is.
Yeah, you don't know.
I was thinking about putting Empty on it because I do really like Empty, but it just has no oomph. That song has no oomph to that song. Like, it's a decent song to hear. Maybe I'm at a coffee shop just walking around, but like, it's got no catchiness to that song. And as you can know from my list, I really like catchiness.
Catchiness,
like Yona's Red. But yeah, that Like a Cat song has I mean, I hit that play button so many goddamn
Same
times.
got with me. Like
So many times.
So what did I rank higher than like Cat last time? What did I say? It was.
I have that written down. Yeah. Oh no, I picked Like a Cat as my best song.
You picked I didn't. Yeah, so I
you
didn't
picked
pick it.
Yeah. But I think you would have picked Like a
Yeah,
Cat.
I think so. Yeah.
If we didn't.
But Miniskirt. So I picked Draw the Line over Miniskirt. But Miniskirt is one of those songs. Just like it's really really catchy, and then it got catchier.
It really just. I mean, I'm gonna play Short Hair just because that's the first one I found on the list.
All right.
But you know, it's weird because AOA's Miniskirt, when I watched that music video, it really didn't register to me that much. Like I was like, oh, it's just kind of just a little too sexy, a little too much. Like I think, like, but I remember saying I really like the red miniskirt color, but like it didn't really make that big of an impression on me. But like months later, after I heard the song a billion times and was like all up in that music in the song, I watched that video and I was like, it is pretty sexy. Like you know, like
I remember. See, I remember when that song first came out. I loved that so much because I think I had heard of AOA before you did.
Yeah.
Because I was actually really liked 흔들어, Confused. I really liked the Confused song, and so I already knew who AOA was. And one day we were like, oh man, we were both like, oh, they look really really sexy because we really like the business attire, like sexiness. And then once they got to the chorus where they like zipped up the miniskirt, I was like, oh my lord, that was really really sexy, and could be good or bad. It's a little bit trashy, sexy.
Yeah. I mean, that's I think why I like Short Hair more because especially this video. I mean, it's still more of a cute video. It's got
more colors,
sexiness in it, but it's got more colors in it. More, you know. Although I really like the image of the miniskirt, right? The white top, the
red miniskirt.
And plus, I've seen that like Short Hair that like I don't know what to call this dance move, but like my students do it all the time. So I just naturally that. And it's so weird. It is beyond weird seeing middle school, like first graders, which is 6th grade in America. Yeah. No, sorry. 8th grade in America.
No. First grade is 6th grade. 6th grade.
7th grade. 7th grade. Because elementary school here is 1 through 6. I'm wrong. I'm right. Aren't there 6 grades in elementary school here?
Because high school is only 3 grades. So
it's 6 through 3 here.
Yeah, so third year middle school would be 9th grade. 8th grade, 7th grade. Yeah,
okay.
Grade.
So, anyways, it's weird to see 7th graders, especially, you know, again, this is conservative Korea, dancing to AOA. Like, it just weirds me out, but they do it, and some of those girls, like, really do it hard. You know, they're just, like, really up into the sexy, like, AOA stuff, and it's like, don't do that. Don't do that. But, yeah, AOA, I mean, I think they killed it. I really like them a lot. I do worry every time they come out with a song, though, that it's just going to sound like the last song. Because it is Brave Sound, and I know that's an issue. And Miniskirt and Short Hair do have a lot of similarities. Yeah. But I think Like a Cat did a really good job of like dissuading me from being like, they're like, hey, this is definitely a Brave Sound song, but it's different enough that I'm in love with it all
So Miniskirt was kind of like the business casual, like sexy. And this one was like the various sexy Halloween that catchy, and Like a Cat was a Catwoman sexy, and I think the next one maybe, don't quote me on this, might be a nurse sexy. We'll see.
All right, I mean we know for a fact it's gonna be sexy, but you know AOA. I mean they recently said right like they went an entire year without a single day of vacation, right? Yeah. They promoted 3 singles in a year, which is it's no BAP's 5, right? Yeah. But since all 3 songs were so popular and they were going to so many places, like when you think about it, like no other group this year really did that. Mamamoo had 3 songs, but not to the level AOA is, obviously, right? I think Girls Day had 2 songs.
They had Something, Darling, and
they had some like B-side ballady songs, but they're not lead singles like these 3 AOA songs were. I'm trying to think. There might be other people, but like looking at our list, right? Like A-Pink had 2 songs I would love just came out.
Yeah, Mr.
Taeyong only. I guess you can count Good Boy, but that's a different thing because they performed for like a couple weeks and they're like, we're done. Fuck y'all. yeah, no, I really think like Hyuna one song, Sunmi one song, EXID one song, right? Like AOA, I mean, was the hardest working I think group this year, and they worked their butts off. They had 3 really amazing songs. I know it's a preference.
Debatable, yeah, obviously debatable.
I know people don't. Some of them don't like him so much, but we loved him. I can't believe we agreed on it. So that's both of our number 2s, right?
And I think our number 1.
I was so sure it would be number 1 for both of us, but now it had to. Like if it wasn't this song, it would have shown us somewhere else, right? I'm gonna go first, right? Yeah. So my number 1 song is a song that doesn't have a music video.
No, that's not mine.
Uh-oh. And that is 4 Minute.
I knew this would be your song.
Can't watch this song because no music video. It's 4 Minute, Only Gain Weight. That's not your number 1 song?
It's not.
That's fucked up. This should be on your list somewhere, bro. This song should be on your list somewhere. This is the greatest. This song. The only thing that would make me happier is if the song was sang by AOA. like this is a song that was not even promoted, right? It's a song that's on the Brave Brothers, which he stopped doing, but he was releasing like 1 song every month to put on this like compilation CD, I guess, at the end of the year, a compilation album. Yeah. And he did it for like the first 5 or 6 months, but he totally stopped. Yeah. It's by 4 Minute. It's called Only Gain Weight. We only talked about it for like every episode of every podcast for like 8 in a row. Like every song that came out, we're like, I mean, it's good, but it's not as good as Only Gain Weight, right? Yeah. Like it has the catchiest backing track, period, for me. This year.
This was on my honorable mentions. True. But it's just
I'm sad. I was see those times I was like, oh, so much. It like hands down 100% better than every song. Like this was the only song I could place right away because I listened to this song so many times. I love this song every time I hear it. Even though I listen to it to death, if that song came on right now, my balls would be bumping. All right. Number 1.
See, I think it's a fantastic song. I think it's a great, great song. But I don't think I love it to the levels that you do, Steven.
You think it's... I think it suffers from not having a music video, right? And people not promoting it. And it suffers from nobody else really knowing the song, so you can't really like jam to it like that. But like, at least for my list, like as much as I love every song, like there is no song catchier. There is no song I like more. And there's no song I'm not sick of than 4 Minute Only Game.
Yeah, I could understand that. I think you're right. It really, really took a big hit because it didn't have a music video,
and it came out really early.
Yeah, it wasn't promoted. Really early. I also listened to this song to death. It came out really, really early, so there's a lot of things going against it. So, in my opinion, it's a fantastic song, but I just don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy my number 1 song.
That's weird to me, man. Like, you think that all 3 AOA songs are better than this song?
Calm down.
I got a little down. Like angry there.
Calm down.
All 3 AOA songs you think are better Brave Sound songs than this?
I mean I enjoy those songs more than I do Only Gain Weight.
All right.
See, because when I put my list together, I was thinking about songs that I still enjoy today. For 1, 2, I get the most enjoyment out of singing and also just kind of like or dancing in the street.
You tell me you don't get happy when you doop do 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 do.
Yeah, but also how I also get a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, which it does suck. You can't do anything.
You get. I mean, yeah, give me a little part.
I get it. You're a dancer, right?
Yeah.
So when
I like to dance, I like to sing, I like to move my body. Like I get more enjoyment from a song, just
where you can interact with, and
where I can interact with it.
Degree.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just go with my number 1 song. So my number 1 song, if I still listen to it to this day, I still get enjoyment out of it.
Mister.
If I watch the video like this day, I will still get enjoyment out of it.
Hold up. All
right.
Yo, I don't even.
You don't even know.
I really want to guess this, but I don't even know. Give me 1 second. I really want to guess this.
If you guess it, you get 5 Josh points.
Viewers, you heard that too.
You get 5 Josh points. I don't give out those points easy.
I don't even know.
It's 5 of them.
I'm like looking over every pick we've made this year. No, it's like N Sonic Crazy? Definitely not. God Saturday Night? Probably not. Super Junior Mamacita? Probably not. Zion T? Probably not. Hai Soo-yeon? Probably not. That's all your picks. It's not A-Pink Love.
Shall I go?
Better not be Girls' Generation. All right, I can't guess it. I pass. I don't get no Josh points.
It's Akumu.
Oh,
with
yeah!
200%.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot that.
Akumu with 200%.
All right. Here's Akumu Give Love. I just glanced over it. I don't know why. All right.
So I kind of cheated. Akumu 200% and Give Love, but I think I lean more to 200%. I like 200%. It's just this song just makes me happy. I listen to the song, it makes me happy. I watch the video, it makes me happy. I listen to the song and watch the video, it makes me happy. They're just so goofy and so fun and okay, let's just watch the video. Right. Let's just watch the video.
The question though is, aren't they the same video?
Yeah, I mean, but 200% is 200% is the better song. That's why I like it better.
Actually, I don't really know which song is which. 200%. Oh, it's not 200% the one that is the same. It's Give Love and
the copy,
and Give Love's the copy one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, you know what? Now you said Akumu, I can't disagree with you on that. I mean, it is not on my list. Partially because while I really like them, they're just not catchy in my kind of catchy. You know,
they're catchy in my kind of this is for them. They embody what I love about K-pop, just goofiness and just silliness and just being happy. Something that's catchy and just love. You know,
innocence and young.
Yeah,
and they do get significant props for. I mean, the brother. I mean, he made everything right. Yeah. I don't think YG, for the most part, maybe some proofreading or whatever the audio version of that is called, but they didn't get anybody in YG to help them write anything, right? It was just this dude in his goofy ass face.
Oh God, it just makes me happy. Once watching this, oh God, that's so.
I will agree. I really like their style. I really like this music video, although the other video is just the same video. I will say my problem with Akumu is some part of me really thinks they need a person to double check his work, because there's parts in every Akumu song that I just don't like. I don't like the rapping. I don't know why there needs to be rapping. Whenever the dude raps, it's just I don't like this part.
I actually like the rapping.
I just don't like it. I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's offensive. Oh God, this is the worst thing in the world. It's just I just don't see why it's in the song. I think it breaks the song in a weird way. It's kind of got that. I think I've said it before. It has it's like patty cake rapping. Yeah. You know, it's not. Which is
I think it really fits the style of song it is, and to me I don't really see it as rapping. His rapping is kind of like sing talking to me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think sing talking is something slightly different, but I get what you're saying. It's not rapping in the sense that it's not a Bobby. It's not Bobby rapping, right? It's not Epic High. But
when I hear this rap, I don't think about the rap that every group puts in their songs. Right.
Okay,
it's necessary.
But to me personally, I feel it's similar. Yeah. It's it's unnecessary. It doesn't bring anything to the song to me, and it kind of throws me out a little bit whenever I hear the song. I do still listen to these songs, but I know I like the parts where he's he's Ania Ania, he adds a little right. He has a little cute little touch.
They have
that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But you know that, right? Yeah, what I'm talking about is the part when he just we're just it's a little too much. But I can't hate you. I'm a little sad that that 4-minute only game away is nowhere on your list, given how much we talk that up. But it probably is a big case of it came out too early.
It's just
and you listen to it way too dang much.
I think that song is definitely in my top 3 catchiest songs of the year, but it just doesn't have anything else besides the song that I can go off of.
True. True.
And that honestly, that's really important for me.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think
videos,
my list shows that I only care about catchy.
Yeah.
Although the music video, I mean, looking at my list, like all of the AOA music videos, I think are pretty cool. I really like the Mamamoo videos. The first two were like, they had a lot of cool effects. Trying to think, Hyuner's EXID, Sunmi's music video was great. Hyorin and Jooyoung, I mean, man.
Yeah.
Sana-san didn't have a music video.
Yeah. See, so like when I look at my list, I'm like, I feel like, I mean, maybe.
But I do think, I mean, our lists are so different.
Yeah, like my,
it shows our personality.
Like maybe my 7 through 10, like any of those could have been different songs.
Just at the moment.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Like,
maybe mine too. Maybe mine.
Yeah,
too.
like 4 minute definitely could have taken over like Park Boram, but I just listened to 4 minute.
But you knew I was gonna put that song though, right?
Yeah,
you knew.
Yeah, I knew.
I can't believe I didn't guess Agma. It was just staring me right in there.
I knew number one was gonna be yours, and I was like, okay, so we matched number two. I know what your number one is. Like,
but I think going off our list, if we were to combine and have like a This Week in K-pop best song of the year, it would be AOA.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's the only thing that we have in both our lists.
We don't really even agree on the best song out of the three, though. That's the thing.
Sure, but I agree.
I think Miniskirt would be our song of the year because it's like number 2 AOA song for me. It's my number 1 AOA song.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I would go with Miniskirt. That's fine with me. Yeah. But I mean, going by a thing, like if we didn't lump them together, like if we had a number 1 and 2 and a 3 of agreement songs, it would be AOA. Either Miniskirt's Short Hair or Like a Cat, right? Because we didn't match on any other song.
No, Hyorin and Jooyoung isn't there. But that
you're right. Okay.
That one could be replaced though.
That's a little like we just are obsessed with that, like right now.
Recently, yeah.
So yeah, we really want to know what you think about our list. If you're crazy, or I'm probably crazy.
We're probably both crazy.
And of course, tell us your list. But almost done. Last thing I want to do is, even though we probably discussed it, this will go really fast. I do want to talk about the biggest disappointment of 2014.
I think you and I disagree on this one, but let's go on with it. What is your biggest disappointment for
my biggest disappointment?
And we're talking about like
is a tie between. It's not a tie, but it is very close between two people.
Go.
I know Sistar is the one that we probably were gonna go with.
Yeah.
But I choose Girls' Generation. That's my biggest disappointment because while my hopes for them are not as high as you probably, like I still expect things from them. And even though they only released one song in 2013, I Got a Boy, like even though that song wouldn't have made my top 10 that year, it was still like it was a fungusy song that really grew on me. I Got a Boy. And you know, at the time I was like, what is this? It's so weird and it's got so many parts and blah. Like, but at the end I was like, they tried something a little different.
And a lot of people actually copied that style that year, to be honest.
I mean, there were a lot of Frankenstein songs that year. There's quite a bit this year too. Yeah. But Mr. was just, the music video was bad. The song was not good. Just, it disappointed Papi.
You know, I actually, it was tied for me actually between SNSD and Sistar. I think actually the same exact way you do. Sistar, like, I think I was just expecting too much from Sistar. That's why I was kind of disappointed. Because both those songs are actually, like, decent songs.
Yeah, like, I would take Touch My Body way 1,000 times before I hear Mr. again, personally. I swear a little, I don't know.
For me, they're like, about the same.
Oh, really?
Like, I wasn't really...
Mr. or I Swear?
So the reason why I'm so... like disappointed in SNSD is because like SNSD Mr. I don't think the song is terrible, but obviously it's not. I didn't put it in my honorable mentions.
I don't want to. Okay, I should say it's terrible. It's not a terrible song.
Yeah,
it's just a nothing song.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not impressive. It was what it is, and like I started to like get hyped up. I don't know if you remember during that time. Like I was actually I bought the physical album. I bought the physical album so I could get the fan signs, and then like I bought the album, went home and listened to it, and I was just immensely disappointed with that whole album.
Yeah, we did a review of that whole album,
Yeah,
right?
and like I think I gave it like a 3 or 3.5 out of 5, which is like pretty blah.
Like average.
Yeah, it's like blah. And
I did lower than that.
yeah, and like what even sucked more was like it was so hyped up, and then had the whole like music video problem.
Yeah.
And it was like,
And then when they debuted that music video, it was just like,
it was like different, and it was just terrible, and I was really disappointed. And then I was thinking, okay, well, I'm not going to talk about that because that was just one disappointment. But then I thought about, okay, well, I mean,
they didn't do anything else.
like
Oh,
So
right, yeah, of course,
was definitely kind of a part of SNSD, and Holland was immensely disappointing. I was looking so forward to So and what they were gonna do because, like, okay, you got like kind of the best singers in SNSD, and like Twinkle was amazing in my opinion.
yep, Twinkle was really good.
And I was like, okay, like
SNSD, they Mr.
let's
Mr.
do it,
Let
let's
Me
do it,
Down,
let's
right?
do it.
You
Yeah,
can
let's
bring
do
me
it,
back.
let's do it.
You can bring me
and
up.
like Holler, and I was like,
Holla.
and I was
Holla.
just so.
Yeah.
Sister,
When you bring in
disappointed.
TTS, like, I would 1000% pick Sistar as more disappointing over Sistar. Because as much as I disappointed I was with Sistar, I always have to remind myself that I like most of my favorite
19.
Sistar songs are Sistar 19 songs,
Sistar
right?
19.
Like Sistar itself, I mean, they're good, and I really do like a lot of their songs, but it's the
Sistar
gangbuster songs that I
19.
love are Sistar 19. So if Sistar 19 comes back next year and it's awful, then I'll go with that.
That's kind of how I felt about So. Like So was my Sistar 19, and
Man, how SNSD has fallen.
so
And then of course you got to add. I mean, you still got to add. It's not. I didn't say busy musical disappointment, right? You still got to add Jessica thing, right? Like that's a big like, bleh,
it's just like
I'm disappointed.
and
right?
we don't really know what happened there. Like we don't like. We can't say this is what happened.
Mostly what happened.
Yeah.
Some girl was like, I'm out. Can't agree with y'all.
Yeah, but she still adamantly
We just don't know
says,
why.
She still
that
adamantly
she got
says,
kicked out.
yeah, she got kicked out.
She probably did get kicked out. But like when you get like if you're racist to a manager and you get kicked out, you got kicked out.
Yeah.
That's not up to the debate. It's just why you got kicked out.
Yeah.
Not saying she was racist, but
Just yeah.
it's the reason why. We just don't know, and we'll never know because it's
We'll never
fucking
know.
SM.
And that's what's disappointing. It's just like, okay, well, my favorite girl group is not gonna end on a happy note.
Well,
right?
you never know. You never know because next year if they come out with a gang banging Brave Sound sequel, they're not. But what if they do? They come out with they're like, we got to go hard. We're gonna release 3 singles this year. It's like miniskirt, short hair, like a cat, bang, bang, bang. You would be. I mean, yes, not the same SNSD.
I would
but
see because with all those releases,
good
I would have a
SNSD.
bitter taste in my mouth.
Would you really?
I would.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like the group is not complete. Like, how
But
did
the
you
thing
feel?
is, it's not like they quit at the top of their game. If they quit at the top of their game, I get it. But like they've been kind of like maying for a while now.
Well, like you said, if they released 3 gangbuster songs in
You'd be
that
happy
year,
as fuck, right?
they would be like, you could still argue that they're like on top of the game then, right?
Right.
So it's just like, okay, well, they're on top of the game, but they're not
They're not the same.
not the same. It's just like when Sunmi left Wonder Girls.
Yeah, but they replaced her
Yeah.
with a meh girl.
Yeah, how did that feel?
Well, the thing is, honestly, like I was like, that sucks, right?
Yeah.
But if they came out with a amazing single afterwards, I would have been like, okay. Like I'm not as like my biggest fanboy moment. Like I'll even name cats after these people, but like, you can't change it, so whatever.
I think I'm more emotionally invested in SNSD. That's why.
Yeah, I don't really get emotion invested over anything. Yeah. So I just don't understand. That's why I have like such a problem with fanboy sometimes because I just don't understand. Like, what in your crazy ass mind do you think like calling them up in the middle of the night like solves it? Like, I just don't understand. Like swarming them, sending them your period blood. Like, I just don't understand, right? Or that's all exaggerated. But I mean, just standard things like. Not everything they do is amazing, right? Like just because you like someone so much, I just never understood that in my head.
You're right.
I guess the closest I get weirdly enough is with movie directors and or writers. So like if Josh Whedon makes something, like even if it's not very good, I'll probably still inherently like it more because I like him so much. Like Aaron Sorkin would be another person. So it's weird, but I think the thing like, to be honest, if I could make a TV movie podcast, I would do that 1000% right now. But the problem is, that A, that's a hard market to crack into, and B, I like K-pop too. I'm not saying fuck you guys, I'm leaving. But
he's saying he don't like K-pop. You heard it here first.
But before I started This Week in K-pop with Kelvin, I originally started a TV show one with my friends, and they sucked. So we recorded one episode and never did it ever again. It was called the After Show Show, or the Asscast. It's pretty good, right? I was young. All right, that's the biggest disappointment. Most improved. I mean, I only put it here because we wanted more than one award, but I think we all can agree, right? AOA, most improved, 1000%. And of course, best debut. I mean,
this one's a little bit more difficult.
I would have assumed it would be Akmu for you, since you had him as number one. But do you not consider them a debut?
See, this is difficult because Akmu, I feel like their debut kind of got a jump start with their victory on Kpop Star, and also they're coming through YG. Oh, was it Kpop Star? Yeah,
it was Kpop Star.
And they come through YG. Like, don't get me wrong, I really love what they did and their style and everything, but they definitely benefit from that. My second actually is Mamamoo. I think it's a tie. Because Mamamoo.
So not winner.
No, not winner for sure.
Oh, a fangirl's gonna be angry too.
For you, I think it would be winner, right?
No, definitely not winner. But I'm used to fangirls not liking me. I don't know. I honestly I don't understand this like general consensus that winner had a great debut. I just don't understand that. Like, I know Mino's been doing his thing, but Mino is not winner, and I just don't get it. I don't know. Like, in class, again, a lot of my what does Korea think is really heavily based on what I see, and most of the time that's in the classroom, right? But I think that's a really great way to know the general consensus, because K-pop is made for middle school girls. Like, I know as adults I enjoy it, and many people do, but it's primarily targeted at middle school age people. And like, there are definitely some girls that like Winner, but I never hear Winner be sang around. Like, I've never seen Winner like anything other than some girls like Winner. They draw the little W all the time, but like, their songs and just meh.
So I had to do these extra classes with a sister school of ours. It's a girls' high school, and they love Big Bang. They don't like Winner.
Really?
Yeah.
Most of my...
These are 16, 17-year-old girls.
17. Yeah, most of my third grade middle school girls, which would be closest to high school, they're more into... I mean, they all love Big... Oh, everybody loves Big Bang, first of all. Like, even the young people still like Big Bang. Yeah. But they do like some Winner. Like, they do like some Winner. But if you ask them Big Bang or Winner, I mean...
Big Bang.
Big Bang.
Come on.
For sure. While I also think is a little, like... Good Boy was... Not good. Sorry. I don't like it.
It was bad, son.
Awful. What else did Big Bang do this year? I mean, Eyes, Nose, Lips was good. Taeyeon did his thing.
They did a lot of like non...
I mean, the thing with Big Bang, I mean, I was doing some research for a video I wanted to make soon. Like, Big Bang, I mean, they've only released like 2 albums. 2 actual albums. They've released a lot of mini albums. Like a shit ton of mini albums. I mean, actually not even a shit ton. Like,
a good amount.
They actually don't release that much music. It's weird. But like, as big as they are, they don't actually release that much music. I mean, in the last 3 years, they released quote unquote a lot because they all split up. So like, for example, It Looks Alike a lot.
Daesung is doing his thing.
Daesung's doing his thing, and T.O.P. did his thing. Taeyeon did his thing. GD did his own thing. GD and Taeyeon did his thing. Daesung did his thing. What's the other guy's name? Somebody did his thing, right? He does his trot thing. Like, they all do things separately, but like, as Big Bang together, since Fantastic Baby, like, they actually haven't done that much. Well, I mean, Fantastic Baby was their last. That album was their last album together.
But that album was awesome. That was great.
I disagree. I mean, I think it's a great album, but I still am a more fan of their earlier stuff.
Yeah.
Although their first 3 songs I never heard in my life until doing some research on them. They're bad songs. They're really bad. They're nothing like Big Bang is now. Anyways, so best debut, you say Mamamoo tied with
Akmu.
I would say Akmu. more like as great as Mamamoo did, and I love Mamamoo. I mean, I put them number 3 right, but like in the general like Korean kind of thing, like Akmu. I mean, yeah, they had some help from K-pop Star 3, but so many people win K-pop Star 3 or win Superstar K and win Birth of a Great Star, and they do nothing, you know? So I think, and not only, yeah, they have YG, of course, but, you know, I think they sold more probably than Winner. I could be wrong on that. But even if they're not, like, even if they're close, when you think about it, one's an idol group and one's a brother-sister duo that sings quirky songs, right? Like, the fact that they are even remotely close says a lot for Akmu, right?
Yeah.
So I really think Akmu should be number 1.
Just to clarify what I mean, it's just like Akmu is fantastic in their own right.
But you think they got a little lead?
They got a... I mean, okay, if you just look at just like, okay, with everything like coming together, like, okay, so they had a lead, so what? But that still means that they're more impactful, right? True. So I guess mine would be Akmu, but if Akmu was through like an indie label and they did it for a K-pop star, like who knows?
I get what you're saying. You're saying like because Mamamoo came from a nothing label where they don't get much publicity, they don't have the manpower that YG does, and they did what they did. That you should give them props for that. I totally get that. Yeah. I do. I guess we should both. Weirdly enough, we both agree that not Winner was the best debut.
Not Winner.
If there was most confusing question of this year, it would be why do people think Winner did so well? And then people will say, "Oh, they down this." I'm like, of course, like they're a YG boy group, like of course. But yeah, I don't know.
But the way I say is that like 200% and Give Love and like so Akumu's album, like 3 of their songs I heard everywhere on the street. Yeah. All of my students knew them at like my commercial high school, and like this one, they all know it.
My
like,
teachers know Akumu.
Yeah, like everyone knows who Akumu is. And like if I'm like, hey,
Winner,
name some people from Winner, and they're like,
me no.
Winner? You know, like only
Winner of what?
It's no, like I could try to understand it because it's like Winner has what I like. If their popularity was like say a pole, right, like a stick, their popularity would be all concentrated into like the sharpest, most sturdy like needle you can find. It's just one type of person, like a middle school girl, right?
Okay, I mean I didn't get what you're saying, but I kind of get sort of following now.
And like Akmu is like a huge ass rock, you know, like
I lost it. I have no idea what you're saying.
Like
a rock.
Yeah, because like. It's like really big. It encompasses a lot of different like genres, a lot of different peoples. But like Winners is just like this one specific type of person. It's middle school girls.
And and middle school girls are the ones that will download songs and buy albums, of course.
So it's like really, it's gonna be really, really strong. It's gonna be really, really like whatever, sturdy. But Akmu is just a fucking rock. It's a fucking rock.
Okay, I mean, I won't go with rock, but I agree with the sentiment that you're throwing out there. Yeah. I agree. Again, not to say Winner's bad. We're not saying Winner's bad.
I almost put one of the Winner songs in my honorable
I also almost put Empty on there. But
we actually chose different songs from Winner's album.
We did. Not Coloring, though.
Not Coloring.
But again, like, it just didn't make an impact. Their music video didn't make an impact. Did they dance? I still don't know.
I still remember, like, the Mino solo better than I remember.
I listened to that song more than actually.
Me too. I listened to that song and Don't Flirt more than I listened to Empty and Coloring.
I didn't know how many people were in Winner.
Is there 5? 5.
There's 5. I thought there were more, but
it's either 5 or 6.
It's 5. I looked it up because I was internet commenting with somebody and I was like, meh. Because the person, it was on Reddit, and the person was like, I mean, she was being really respectful, so it was really cool. But she was just like, well, Winner did this, Winner did this, Winner did this. And I'm like, well, Akmu did this and this and this and this. Yeah. And she's like, well, Winner did this. And I'm like, that doesn't matter. Like, Akmu did this. So I did some researches. Yeah. Did some researches. Again, like, Akmu, like, I said it before, but I mean, they wrote and made everything about that album, you know? And yes, Winner, I mean, YG always does a good job of like having his artists collaborate and help with their stuff, but like, you know, they don't make everything like Akmu did. And Akmu is YG, but
anyways, you get what I'm saying.
You get what we're saying. All right, well, I want to click on this list of debut of 2014. Because if I remember correctly, there were 70 groups that debuted this year.
Holy.
70. So I wanted to actually go through it real fast and see if any of them matter. I thought that'd be fun. I know we're going hard on the thing, but we got 2014. I'm just going to read some of it.
GOT7.
Yeah, GOT7 was pretty good. Kiss and Cry, but their first song, Domino Game, technically they were like, we're on hiatus, but they're disbanded. Lip Service, I mean, they're on my honorable mentions.
I guess.
No. Wings is there. Troy did okay. JJCC, I mean, Jackie Jigga Chan Chan, I mean, they did.
High 4 was good too.
Oh, High 4. Akmu, of course. BTL. Bob Girls. Mamamoo. Oh, here are the guy groups. Big Flow. Halo. B.I.G.
We like the Halo song.
I mean, is a... We got Acor, Red Velvet. Oh, Red Velvet debuted, but I mean... Winner. Laboom. Minx. Madtown.
Lovelies.
Every song we're saying every group we're saying there's 5 we're skipping. That's how many people. That's it, I guess. Sonamu, are they gonna debut this year? I guess they will soon. They put it on this list, but it's crazy how many groups come out. And when you look at 2013, there's probably also 80 groups that came out, and it's like most of these you just never heard from ever again. It's so crazy. Because I was looking this up because
Bestie came out last year, huh?
Yeah, Bestie came out last year. Because I was looking it up for Big Bang for my future video, which may or may not ever be made. And Big Bang, like when they debuted in 2006. There were 8 groups that debuted that year. 8. That's fucking crazy. Now it's 70. In 2015, it'll probably even more. K-pop has grown, guys. And that's it. I think that's it. This is going to be a long-ass 2.5 hour, I don't know, podcast.
2 and 45.
Hopefully you enjoyed it. It only happens once a year. I think the next episode will be after... Like, the next episode should probably, if we follow the normal schedule, because we're recording this early, would be the 3rd, but I think it's not going to be the 3rd. I think I'm going to make it to the 10th. Because,
it has to be the 10th. I'll be in Japan.
Oh, you'll be in Japan? I thought I asked you if you're going anywhere. You said I ain't going nowhere.
I said I was.
You say you ain't going nowhere. I even have the text messages. I actually don't even care. Because it's not going to be the 3rd anyways, because it doesn't give enough time for new music videos to come out. Yeah. So I think we're going to take... the 10th or 11th. It's Sunday.
Take a Christmas vacation.
It'll be a Christmas vacation. But while Josh is having fun, I will be alone in my home, probably making some videos that I want to make. But yeah, that's 2014. I'm happy that we finally did it. The next episode that we do, that will be at least my 2-year anniversary of doing this.
Congratulations.
2 years. Yeah, just 1 year ago, I think I looked it up, we had maybe 350 subscribers on YouTube.
So now we have 2,350.
Now we got like 2,700.
Oh, that's not bad.
So I mean, that's 9 times as much in just a year. So I'm kind of happy about that.
That's pretty good.
Kind of happy about that. I mean, obviously, I wish we were at like 8 million, but
don't think too hard, because like these days. Subscribers, they just like click subscribe just to say like.
Yeah, and yet we still don't have that many. Why does that make me feel bad? I'm just kidding. We got a lot. I really do like the audience that we have that kind of lets us be honest without wanting to murder us. Which
most of the time.
Despite some other people that technically do no original content at all. Even though they got 80,000 followers, 79,000 of them are just mindless drones, and we're happy to not have them. Yeah. So we're happy that you guys are listening, whether you're listening on the audio version or the video one. I suggest if you can, watch the video one at least this time. There's some goofs. You can see our faces. And that's it for 2014. The next time you'll hear from both of us together, bearing any weird, maybe like a crazy release happens and we get together somehow.
You gotta like face cam me from Japan. Like,
it's going to be 2000. 15.
Yeah, so.
The year in Back to the Future 2.
Yeah. But Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy New Year.
Kwanzaa. Any other holidays you're celebrating. New Year.
Hope you like the song. Don't forget, leave us a review on iTunes if you can. Share this with your friends if you can. And leave a comment below telling us what you liked this year.
All right. See you in the next year.
Bye. Oh, and Twitter, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
Josh still doesn't know how to use Twitter, but
I'm getting used to it.
I do tweet stuff, so. Bye.
Bye.